What up, though? Where everybody at, man? Welcome to the What Up, Though show. I got a special guest, Miss Stacy, coming through tonight at 8:15. You dig? Debate team in the building. What up, though? I saw Miss Adams in here. You feel me? I just came through to let y'all know it's 27 days left. You got 27 days for the future of fashion and design, man. That's right. Morgan and Maurice has launched. You hear me? We done launched. I got 4 good men already with a shoe that is purchased. Shout out to Landlord Bands. Shout out to shout out to Andre B. Shout out to Landlord Bands. Shout out to me. I purchased my own joint. You feel me? We need 4 more pairs of shoes to get these into production. You dig? To get these placed amongst the elite. You feel me? I'm talking about the elites. My shoe come from Shoe Valley. That's the same place Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, and all that other stuff made. You dig what I'm talking about? Hit that link in the description box. Read the description box, hit the link, and check it out, man. It's time we spent our money with a black-owned designer, dog. You feel me? A black-owned designer label. Shout out to my sponsor, Landlord Bands, man. You feel me? Real nigga always do what he say and say what he gonna do and do what he gonna say, you feel me? Shout out to Andre B, man. What we into tonight, man? I got a real special guest, man. Something positive. You feel me? Something out of the ordinary. You know what I'm talking about? Well, shit, man, without further ado, I think it's time we get to it, man. Make sure you check that shoe out for your boy, though, man. Morgan and Maurice, man. Morgan Maurice is more than a brand, man. It's a family affair. It's more than a shoe. It's a brand. You dig? But it's more than a brand. It's a family affair, man. Get your chance to be an official ambassador of the brand, an official model and ambassador of Morgan Maurice, man. It's only 7 slots available. It's only 4 left, man. Without further ado, welcome to Detroit.
It really hurt me when they killed Stan. Nobody knew who to shoot. We ain't even have a plan. He sold me my first gun. He held my first son. If I was with him shooting it out, bitch, we the one. I shed tears for my niggas who ain't here. They tattooed and spit that real shit to remember them, bitch. I'm not.
What up, though? How y'all be? Welcome to another installment of What Up, Though TV, man. You feel me? Who in the comments with me tonight, man? I got Miss Stacy backstage, man. B-boy, what up, though? Bird baby, what up, though? How you be? Eric Lesher, rest in peace, Stan. You already know that. Moment of silence for the homie Stan, man. You already know that. Hollywood Glendale, what up, though? What you talking about, man? I fuck with your movement. I fuck with you too, homie. For real. Mystic Soul says, I know her. She's a phenomenal woman. Can't wait to tune in. New sub. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you subbing. I appreciate you checking me out. Can you create a PayPal? I already have one, sir. I just don't put it down there. You know what I'm saying? I'll start, though. That's a great idea. I will start doing that. For everyone else that would like to support, please support the show via Cash App, man. That was a great question. Do you have a PayPal, man? I'll start to put that down there, sir, immediately. You feel me? But Mystic Soul, she's backstage. She's waiting. I'm going to bring her on in a minute. I had to promote the brand, Morgan Maurice. You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all. Bam. You see that tree? That's a family tree. Morgan Maurice, that's my youngest 2 babies, man. We about to push this brand into the future. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Generational wealth, something we could pass down from generation to generation and say, hey, if it wasn't for Granddaddy O, we wouldn't be able to live this way. That's what I'm reaching for. Every man should want a legacy to leave behind. Miss Janelle Step, what up, though? How you be? I appreciate you coming out and rocking with me. AP Bear, what up, though, man? Jersey in the building. I appreciate you getting back with me via email, too, homeboy. That was real nigga shit. Salute to you. Northeast Washington, D.C. in here. What's up, though, Mr. Wilson? Or Miss Wilson McCavery. Sorry, either way it go. I didn't mean no disrespect to you. You dig what I'm talking about? What's good? I'm gonna check your stuff out. Do that for me, Sean Sims. I appreciate it, man. Hit that link down in the description box, man. Don't just look at the drawing they got. You gotta, once you hit that link, it's gonna show you a drawing, man. You gotta go down to the bottom and it's gonna say, have a look. Hit that button that say, have a look, man. And it's gonna show you what it's really all about, man. To tell you how it's handmade one by one and crafted in Italy by the finest craftsman there is, dog. You dig? I gotta boost a little bit. You feel me? But without further ado, man, let's bring on Joy Road in the building. Miss Gilmore in the building. How you be, Miss Gilmore? I appreciate you coming out and rocking with me. For real, for real. Let me pin the homie, say you're gonna check the stuff out. Yeah. That's what I just need you to take a look at it, man. You feel me? Take a look at it, I'm happy. You dig what I'm talking about? I need 4 more good men, though, to place that pre-order so we can get these shoes in the production. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Once the shoes get up, the brand is running. It's off and running, baby. You understand me? Miss Stacy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. I'm happy to have you on Up for Debate TV. I'm sorry I had to push it back a little bit. I was running a small tad bit late.
That's fine.
So, could you introduce yourself for the audience that tuned in? I see you got some fans in here already.
Hi, I'm Stacey Dawkins. From Washington, D.C., 53 years old, soon to be 54. Just wanted to get on here and talk about my book, The Unbreakable.
The Unbreakable. The Unbreakable. That's a hell of a name right there. I like that.
Thank you.
The Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we talk about that, I want to talk to you a little bit about DC life and growing up. Tell me what it was like growing up for you. You know, you say you was originally from what Northwest, I believe?
Yeah, I used to live in Northwest, and then I moved to off of South Dakota Avenue in DC. So I've been over here now for 21 years, but I've grown up all my life from birth to, I want to say maybe 29, 30. I stayed in Northwest, not too far from Cadoza High School.
Okay, so what's the contrast in neighborhoods? You know, I know you don't want to say which one is better than the other, but what's the contrast going from Northwest to Northeast?
Well, now, back in the day, Northwest, it was kind of, I wouldn't say bad, but it wasn't good. Over here where I'm at now, it's a little more peaceful, but now nowhere is safe. So anywhere you go, you in harm's way anywhere you go now. So I mean, I guess Belmont, it was more of a family affair type thing around there. Here where I'm at now, I mean, I had neighbors around me that I knew personally, but now they're gone. So it's like I'm the only soldier standing around here now. So, yeah.
So the early days, let's talk about you was in Northwest the early days. What was it like then? You said it wasn't, pretty much kosher on that side and everything, but what was it like for you? Were you unaware of the surroundings as a child is what I'm saying? Like, when we kids, we just play and laugh and joke and go to sleep and wake up again.
Hey, let me tell you something. When the street lights came on, I was in the house. My grandmother raised me, so when the street lights came on, if she hollered out that window and I ain't make it in the house, I heard the bedroom slippers walking down the walkway, and I was like, "Tell her I ain't out here." But I'll make it in the house because she ain't play. Now these kids now they get away with too much. I was scared of my grandparents because I ain't want no whooping, but now these kids are challenged, they'll fight you, so I ain't play with my mother at all.
Oh, mine won't. I'm like Bernie Mac. I split a kid head to the white meat, especially my own. God damn it. Yeah. You don't stand up, poke your chest out at me and not get it caved in. I swear to God. Yeah. You're going to have to go somewhere else. That's how I was raised. Yo, you want to poke your chest out? I'm going to deflate it, and then you're going to have to go somewhere else and live on your own for a minute.
Absolutely.
Show me you a man.
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward to Northeast. Or what? Well, no, let's not fast forward because you were friends with Stacy Gilmore, weren't you, as a child? With Miss Gilmore?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What were you guys' friendship like? I heard it was kind of like a big sister, little sister thing, or like,
Yeah, we grew up like family. Her mom and, my aunts and everything was very close. Her dad and my dad were best friends. So we grew up like family. And we, kind of lost contact, but I saw her at a funeral and, we picked back up from there.
Okay, you guys pick back up like you never left off, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's fast forward to Northeast. Okay, you childhood, you were playing with Miss Gilmore. You guys were good friends, big sister, little sister. You know, transition. She leaves the hood. You guys
Right.
lose touch, and you're in Northeast, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now what is Northeast like? Is that like affluent African American neighborhood, or is it just a little bit better conditioned than where you came
Uh,
from?
it's African American, but it's some whites living them around here now. I got two actually live on this street now. First, this my next door neighbors, they're Caucasian, and three houses up, they're Caucasians as well.
So do you feel like they're trying to gentrify the neighborhood?
You better know it.
So you better know it, huh?
Yeah, and they call me every day. I want to buy your house, and I tell them, okay, give me $1 million, and you can get it. Other than that, you wasted my time, and I'm wasting yours.
Word up, word up.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what Miss Stacy, what brought you to the point of being unbreakable? What brought you to the point of writing a memoir, trying to uplift other women and empower other women through the stuff that you've been through in your life?
Okay, where you want me to start? The beginning or the end? Okay, the beginning. I've been with a guy. I was with a guy for over 21 years. We got married. Well, I guess throughout the whole relationship, it was infidelity. He cheated all the time. And me being the person thinking that, oh, okay, if I keep continuing to show him that I love him, maybe he'll change. If I keep praying for him, maybe he'll change. That didn't happen. So we did get into a church, start going to church. I said, okay, God. I said, all right, well, maybe this gonna help out a little bit. That didn't work. Got married. And this was nothing but God. I was at the Baltimore flea market. And you know how you stall? I'm going around. I was like, nah. I said, let me go in here and get some air freshness. Lord and behold, who walked past me? Him and his concubine. I said, really? So, he looked kind of like, oh, I'm caught. Not to the point where it was like, damn, I gotta fix this. It was like, oh, hey, I'm caught now. And we went outside. Some guy said, Slim, you done messed up now. He was like, yeah, I know. But still got in the truck left with this chick. Not to mention,
He left that place with that chick, you said?
You better know it. Got in his vehicle and rolled out. And this how dumb they was, because my car was parked right on the corner. If you was in your right frame of mind and you paid attention, you'd have been like, hold up, that looked like Stacy car, But it was just so, like, I couldn't do nothing because if I had already got in trouble for fighting her, so I couldn't hit her. And I was like, you know what? He had just bought me a stun gun tied to him getting caught. I was digging in my purse, couldn't find that. I said, you know what? Let him go, Stacy, because it's not worth it. Somebody gonna wind up getting hurt. So I just let him go ahead, and they left. He continued to call, should I come home? Oh, so this how you feel? You just gonna let it end like this? And I'm like, I couldn't answer nothing because I know if he had came to my home that night, I wouldn't be right here right now doing this interview. I'd probably be locked up,
Mm-hmm.
So it was nothing but God's, divine intuition that caused me to say, you know what, Stacy, it's time for you I need you closer to me. Man will fail you every time, but I'll never fail you. So, of course, it was plenty of nights. I know my friends and cousins, I know they probably was sick of me because I probably repeated stuff over 50 times because I don't know why this had to happen to me. Then I started getting to the point as I got closer to God, praying I was like, why not me? You know, and so I went to stores, and it was like God was just placing all the right people in my life at the time, like going to the store, meeting women, and me and this woman, her name, well, I ain't gonna say her name, but we was the same, had the same, born in the same month, went through the same thing. You know, she had kids, I had kids, and I was like, Lord, you know, and I never thought that I would get to the point where I said enough is enough. But I got to that point, and I said, I had wrote this book. I packed up some things, and I said, I don't even know where the book at now. I rewrote it again, and I just, every time I laid the pen down, it was like something else came to me. So inside my book, I also wrote a letter, apology letter to my children, because I felt like I put them through some things that they didn't have to go, you know. Me dealing with a man, and he just constantly cheating, and I'm accepting it, I have 2 daughters and a son, and it's not healthy for none of them to see that. But I put an apology letter in my book, apologizing to them, along with scriptures and, you know, things to uplift women. And I always, when I see a sister, I've never been the type, oh, look at her, you know, she thinks she ought to. I always, if you looking good, hey, sis, hey, I like that. You look real nice. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, never been the type that wanted to hate on nobody. If somebody got something, hey, I like your car. That's a nice house. Keep doing what you're doing. That's who I am. Very, you know, if I'm your friend to the end, like Chucky. If you know, I don't do nitpicking. You know, I don't do. I'm not. I don't play that two-sided stuff. I just want to be, you know, if I'm your friend, I'm your friend. You know, if I don't like you, oh, you gonna know it. So
you gonna know it.
You know, you gonna know it. If I don't say nothing, you'll see the look on my face.
Let me backtrack you real fast, please.
Uh-huh.
You said you wrote an apology letter to your children.
Yes, I did.
Now, is the gentleman we speaking about, is he your children's father?
One of them.
Okay. And they all got to experience what you went through dealing with this man for 21 years of marriage, is what you're saying?
Well, we weren't married 21 years. We was in a relationship for about 20, and then we got married. So the marriage lasted, I want to say, probably a good 3 years. We ain't even make it to the 5-year mark.
So you guys were together probably 15, 16, 17 years and then decided to get married?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me ask you this on a different note. In the beginning, you were saying that things were happening and you were praying and, you know, going through different sources and whatnot in order to keep your mind straight and maintain your relationship with this gentleman and everything. Why then would you get married to him if, you know, if you were having all of these doubts and you saw all of these things happening? Did he promise you that he would be better? Because like I said, when we spoke about this before, I see a lot of myself. I heard a lot of myself, the old me, in this gentleman that we're speaking about. Right.
Well, like I said, you know, it would be like, and I guess it was from our prior relationship, me and him broke up. And I was like, you know what? I ain't losing another man. But I felt like I had to hold on to him because I was like, ain't nobody else taking nobody from me and this, that, and the third. When if somebody could take somebody from you, they was never yours from the start. So like I said, me hoping and praying that this man would change, still with the infidelity. So things got a little better. We joined the church. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he really serious now. Wrong answer. You know.
Now, let me ask you this: is this a conversation between the two of you guys that made him join church? Did you have a heart-to-heart with him, and you guys come up with a solution? Like, okay, well, maybe we should go to church, seek some counseling or something, or was that just a step on his behalf to try to show you that he was going to be a good man to you?
Let me tell you why he joined the church: to play the damn drums. That's why he joined the church. It wasn't even a serious, you know, relationship with God. Because then a couple of last year he came to me after we was broken up, and he was like, I'm kind of straddling the fence. I don't really believe. I'm kind of not believing in God now. And I'm looking at him like, really? I said, oh, okay. Me still being me, getting closer to God, still continuously praying for him. Nothing changed. So I want to say, back in April of last year, I caught COVID. Didn't have it to the point where I was, on my deathbed or anything, but it really knocked on my head, and it was like, you know what? You said for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, to death do us part. So I said, you know what? I said, this is a death do us part moment. I could die any minute right now. I said, but this man over there with a whole nother family thinking he living his best life. And I'm here sick as a dog, And so that kind of like really woke me up to the point where it was like, you know what? How many times you gonna let this man keep sticking a knife in your back, pull it out, wipe it clean, and put it right back in there? Because we as women, we love hard. When you're in our heart, you in there. But when you're out, you out, So it was like, okay, I'm like, all right, God. I said, I'm tired of praying for this man. I said, nothing is changing. He's still the same person, manipulative, narcissist. It ain't gonna get no better. So I want to say, Father's Day of last year, he called me, hey, babe, yeah, I'm having a fish fry at my house. My mother being petty. I said, bam, something like smacked me in my face real hard. Like, okay, you still listening. So he said, hold on, clicked over. I hung up. From June the 21st, I want to say up until maybe the 1st of January, I said nothing to this man. I cut everybody off. So he came over here. My daughter had a baby. So he came over here to see the baby and everything. And I said nothing. I couldn't say nothing to him. So he was like, damn. What's all the tension in the room? So let that pass by. Then I want to say he came past here about a month ago to see the baby again. And I said, hey, let me ask you a question. I said, did you get your certified letter? And he was like, no. Certified letter for what? I said, for the divorce. You know what this Bama said to me? Nigga, you ain't divorcing me. Stop playing with me. You tripping. I said, no, I'm serious. So I went through my emails and I showed him the letter. Then I want to say that Monday, he called me. He was like, oh, I got the letter. I said, okay, cool. See you on court March the 30th. Be there. Don't be late. I'll call you behind you because this is done, Slum. And I never thought that I would get to this point. I got a lot of, my circle's small like a Cheerio, but I got a lot of friends and cause you deserve better. And I was like, you know what I do? But I'm going to say this to you, and any woman or person that's on this line listening, the only person in a situation is you yourself. People could tell you till you're blue in the face, pretty in the waist, whatever, however you want to put it, until you get to that point where enough is enough, you're going to keep dealing with it, And then I had a trapped, wounded little girl. My grandparents raised me, so I had the daddy issues. I'm looking for somebody that's going to fulfill that man that my father was never there. Baby, let me tell you something. You ain't going to never get that in no man. Ain't no man out here going to love you like your father. I don't care where you look for him at. You can find him in the church, wherever. He ain't going to love you like your father. Simple as that.
Let me ask you something real quick since you brought that up. Because I feel like a lot of males get caught up in looking for their mother too, looking for a woman to pamper them and take care of them. Absolutely. The way their mother pampered and took care of them and whatnot. Do you think that's wrong? I mean, in a sense, because the woman that your mother is the one. For me, I look up to my mama. My mama is the ultimate hustler. She always been. When my dad left, and I was there when he left, I was pretty young, but I was there when he left. My mama put on. Absolutely. Because she didn't have a fucking choice. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. you know, she didn't have what she put on, and we had everything we needed. We might not have had what we wanted, but we always had what we needed. You know what I'm saying?
The
So do you
same
think
thing.
it's wrong that we look to somebody that's like a parent, not necessarily looking for a father figure, but looking for someone that in the likeness of your father or your mother or whatnot?
You in a person, you look for the qualities that you are missing. So if a man finds a woman and he like, damn, you know, she got it going on, and women are nurturers, so they're gonna take care of you and make sure you good if you treat them right. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: I look for. I like to travel. That's what we did when we met. Oh, we were going family trips, and his mother and father wasn't even together no more. And I was like, "What the hell?" I said, "Shit, now I like this. We're traveling, but whole time it's dysfunction. So you can't function in dysfunction. So
what do you mean by dysfunction?
This. Ain't nowhere in the hell I'm going out. Man, this man ain't together no more. I'm not hanging with you for nothing.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were saying that you and him was going out.
The mother, the father, all of us was going on family trips to Virginia Beach, you know. And I was like, you know, I like to travel. So I'm like, oh, okay. But whole time, you know, and I'm going to say this. I was broken. So you attract what you are. Broken, I attract broken. You understand? So I dealt with him with a dysfunctional love and thinking, damn, you know, every time we got in an argument, it was all, you know what, boy, I love you. And I'm saying to myself, damn, I ain't never known love to hurt. Love don't supposed to hurt, but you know, me being me, I'm figuring I'm getting old, and I was like, shit, damn, you know, I don't want to start all over again. But here's the thing. If it ain't built on solid ground, God will tear it all the way down. My aunt always used to tell me, Stacy, let me tell you something. If any of my friends would tell you, I could have worked for the FBI. I bust codes. I was in the phone checking the text message, and it was like that woman's intuition would say, Stacy, he got another phone number. Check the phone, girl. Went in the phone. Guess what? It was a new girl in there, and here I am. Excuse me, you talking to him? Look, he's with me. Slim, I should have been let this Bama go. You hear me? If I could take my leg off and kick my own self in the tail, I probably have a foot stuck up in there right now. Because and then I can say I regret it, but I'm gonna say this. It was a good lesson because it may turn me into the phenomenal woman that I am today. And guess what? You can't come to Stacy running game. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I have done. I done went in a couple of people's DMs, nice looking guys, excuse me, are you single? And I'm like, you know what? God saying, that ain't who I got for you, cuz. Wait a minute. So I didn't, you know, I did that to 2 guys, and now I'm back like, you know what? Solo dolo. I have been single now for almost 3 years. And I'm gonna tell you something. I could take Stacy out to dinner, to the movies, on trips, because I love Stacy so much that it ain't nothing that a man could do for me that I can't do for myself. And so,
you speaking with woman, him, Stacy, are you scared?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am, because you know, getting to know somebody is a hard task now because everybody is playing games. So I am scared, but I trust God. I know that what God has for me is for me. And there's somebody out there that's going to get me and they're going to treat me like the queen that I am. But, you know, you get lonely sometimes. You know that song, you get lonely. But guess what? I'll be a lonely old mother Hubbard that lived in the shoe. I ain't got no more kids, and I still don't know what I'm just not settling for less anymore. I know my worth, and I know that it's somebody out there for me, you know. But you know how people say you gotta wait on God. I've been waiting, I've been patient, but I think I've stepped out and and did some things that I shouldn't have done. But now that I know, I'm chilling. And I'll meet somebody in due time that'll treat me, respect me, and care for me like the woman, you know, that I should be treated like. But he had the audacity to say to me the other day, we going through some things with me and his daughter, dysfunctional. And he said to me the other day, yeah, you got a lot on your plate. You going through a divorce. I looked at him like, nigga, you going through it. And I filed for the divorce. So now what? You know, I'm like, some people just don't get it. And I have smiled through hurt and pain. But guess what? When I say strong, Wonder Woman ain't got shit on me. Because I'm strong. I bounce back like super glue. You know, it's like I've been through so much, not even just with him. It was, you know, I asked my first two kids, Bob, I said, damn, do I got a sign on my forehead to say, here I am, cheating on me? Because he did the same thing, left me with two kids, got married. You know, I'm getting child support. So I called down North Carolina one day and I'm asking him, where my check at? Oh, I'm down here making funeral arrangements for the wife died. And I said, you know what? I'm sorry to hear that, but you need to call your job and see where my money is. You know, and he had the audacity to come back around in August. My sister, a prophet, she told me that God said we should be together. I said, you know what? The devil was once an angel, because I don't want you, Slim. I'm sorry. You ain't got nothing coming with me. So, you know, I thank God for what I went through, how I went through it, and that's where I'm at. I'm a better woman now. So when that right man come along, you know, he gonna get a diamond instead of a pearl.
Let me ask you something. I see the pain. I feel. Listen. I'm gonna apologize to you because I ain't apologized to the women I'm supposed to. I'm sorry you went through that. I'm sorry we put you through that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry we put you through that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And real shit, I want to know, do you ever feel like, excuse my language too, I apologize. I just want to know if you feel like you were a fixer at one point. Like, you know, a lot of women I was broken. God bless the woman that put me together, because it took for a woman to put me together and let me know I wasn't too broken to be fixed. And I'm just gonna be real, but and a man don't do that. A man will throw money at you. A man will compliment you or whatnot, and he'll try to do his best in order to make you comfortable. But fixing is something totally different when you're dealing with emotions and everything else. You know what I'm saying? That's a woman is kind of like a psychologist if you you know. So do you think you got caught up in trying to fix some of these men that you wound up in relationships with? Like you said, my man, y'all was together for so long and then y'all got married and you had already seen the signs or whatnot. Absolutely. You say the first dude was basically doing the same thing. So were you trying to fix these men? Absolutely. You know what? You attract what you are. I was broken. I needed to be fixed. So I attracted people that needed to be fixed like me. And this relationship really fixed me because I was a damaged, broken little girl. And I attracted broken men. You attract what you are. Broken, hurt, looking for love, and thinking dysfunctional love was love when it's not. So I did try to fix them. You know, when you love somebody, you do whatever you can to try to build them up. You know, even in the process, you hurt so bad because it's like, I lay beside this man and watched, what was that movie? The lady,
Priscilla was in there. I can't think of the name of it. I just got a brain freeze. But I laid in the bed and I watched that movie with him, War Room. Watched that movie with him, and I'm grabbing this man's hand and I'm praying with this man, and tears rolling down my face. No, just he said, you know what? You getting good. I ain't there yet. And I said, well, you just keep praying and ask God to fix you. But some people don't want to be fixed. And once I learned that, my MO was, oh man, I'm married now. I don't want to get a divorce, feeling embarrassed, but I can walk in any place now and give you my testimony. I passed the test, and sweetie, I got a testimony now. It's no turning back for me. And I told him, I said, if you was on your deathbed today or tomorrow, I will come past there and see you. I said, I don't hate you. I forgive you for everything you done to me, because without forgiveness, it will hold STACY back. Look, I could tell him right now. I told him, I said, me and your female friend will never be friends, because, she ruined the home, but you allow her to ruin it. I can't even be mad at her because I didn't say my vows to her. I said them to you. So, but can me and her ever be friends? Absolutely not. I said, but if you was dying today or tomorrow, I would be there beside you. I said, I almost feel like the lady off the Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I might stick a couple of cigarette butts to his ass, but I would still be there, beside him if he died. And I'll let him know, nigga, you put me through the ringer. You ain't saying nothing yet, but I'm going to say this. When karma knocks on the door, it don't never get the address wrong. And I'm not saying like I'm this hell of a woman. I wasn't perfect. Oh, trust and believe me. I was in that phone 24. Oh, who the hell is Michelle? I felt like I was in the Bobby Brown video, naming the girl, Bobby, Ricky, every time you turned around, there was somebody different. Got locked up twice. I said, okay, STACY, waited till I got damn near 40 years old to get a record. Last time I fought this girl he with now, lost my job. I said, you know what, Slim, you headed for destruction. My aunt said, STACY, I'm tired of coming to court with you. I said, so it was like, at some point, I had to grow up. I had like I said, a trap little girl was inside me, and I had to grow up. So once I healed her, forced to be reckoned. And it's like now, when I see those flags, I'm running like hell. You're going to think I'm on a track team because I'm running. I can't do it no more. I was with my first two kids' father. I want to say we was together for probably about 8 or 9 years. And he left, moved to North Carolina, got married, and brokenhearted was I. Yes, I was. Then I get in a relationship with him, and I'm going through the same thing. I said, you know what? And I don't know if it was a curse because my father, kind of cheated on my mom. I was like, damn, am I paying for his karma too? What's up? So, yeah, it's real.
Okay, so okay, let's go back to the apology letter to your kids. What comes after that in the book?
After the apology letter, I put some scriptures in there to, help women heal that was going through some things. And in the ending of the book, it tells them that I did get a divorce, but it will be a part 2 to my book.
Do you feel like you were broken before you entered these relationships with these men, or do you feel like some of these relationships broke you? And then you, in healing, like you just said, once you put that little girl back together, you became unbreakable or whatnot. So what broke you initially?
I was broken because, like I said, don't get me wrong, I had a wonderful life, but my grandparents raised me. So, I had the brokenness of, damn, they had me, but they ain't raised me. What was I, the ugly duckling or something? You know, y'all had me and didn't even want me. So my aunt broke it down to me and expressed to me that they had grown so attached to me that they didn't want, because my mother left and moved to Philly, that they didn't want me to leave them. And like I said, I love my grandparents was my pride and joy. They gave me any and everything that I wanted. I had an awesome life. But as a child, you seek that love, that motherly and fatherly love from the person that birthed you. It's nothing like the love of them. So when they kind of, you know, they was my father lived right across the street from me. So, you know, I would see him, but I was so angry. I couldn't stand him because I felt like you had me, and then it was like you just pushed me to the side. Oh, me and him got into it plenty of times because he would, one time I was outside as a child and I had peed on myself. I'm getting ready to go to South Carolina with my grandfather. He said, and I'm gonna beat you. I said, no, you ain't. Man, I ran in the house and told my grandfather. He was like, he ain't gonna put his damn hands on you. He ain't did nothing for you. So it was like, you saying you gonna beat me. You wasn't in my life, but you gonna beat me? Nah, Slim. So my father got strung out on heroin, crack, you know, and that hurt, you know, to see this man supposed to be everybody, Lord calling me Lord Walter. I was like, stop calling me that. You know, back around Belmont, down there 14th Street, that was the strip down there. All the junkies was down there. So my uncle was on heroin too. He was like, you know, he played the guitar for Isaac Hayes. You might have heard of him, Skip. His name was Charles Pitts. And
excuse me real fast. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you. Moderators, put Breadman TV ass out of here. Breadman TV, I want him out of my stream, please. And Bread. I think that's both his accounts. Nigga, this too serious to be in here trolling, homeboy. You should have came in here yesterday, dog. With that bullshit you on, homeboy. Go ahead and kick rocks, dog. One of my moderators, anybody with a wrench, put that nigga in timeout, kick him out of here. No, fuck timeout. Kick him out of my stream, please. Bread and Breadman TV. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so, you know, he would be down there on the strip, my uncle, this my niece. And I was like, stop telling people I'm your niece, because if they come after you, they might, you know, try to get me. I was like, I don't know you. So I kind of like, you know, just some brokenness from all of that. But like I said, once I learned to heal the wounded little girl in me, it made me become a better woman. And that was my prayer to God. God, turn me into the woman that you want me to be, to better Stacy for, you know, her and her kids. Because, you know, I was damaged. I really was. And I dealt with it for so long. I think out of fear of abandonment issues and, you know, things of that nature. So I dealt with it for so long because of that, you know. But like I said, I guess, and you know how I saw the signs and I ignored them. And I guess God said, you know what, this one right here, I'm gonna have to smack her in her face real hard with this one. And I ran smack dab into them at the Baltimore flea market, and that was it for me. But like I said, when you in my heart, you're in it. When you're out, you out.
How much longer did it last after the Baltimore flea market incident?
Oh, that was it. That was it. Ain't no way he could have came back up in here. Ain't no way.
Excuse me one more time. I'm sorry. Yes, Miss Brown, I'm for real. If you asking me, am I serious? Yes, I'm serious. I want him out of my stream, please. I would very much appreciate it. It's a time and a place for everything, man. So you said that was it for you. So what did you put him out that day, that night when he came home? How did it happen when he walked in the house?
He never came back here because it was so coincidental. We went to a show that night. He lost his house keys, the following day, that's when I called him up Baltimore, and I was like, this is it. It was like God said, the key's gone, now he gone.
Oh, so he knew he messed up then, basically. So he didn't even return. He never returned after he saw you at that flea market.
Now he tried.
And he had the audacity to tell you was playing about sending him a divorce.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, very cocky.
Personal. Is this your first divorce?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Divorce can be very, very ugly.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to court?
Not yet. We go to court on March the 30th. And from March, after March the 30th is done, I don't want no alimony. I don't want anything from him because, you know, I'm truly blessed, and I don't want anything from him.
That's I hope that works. Like I said, I got a story I'll tell you behind the scenes. I'm itching so bad to talk to you about it. I just can't do it. Like I'll call you. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
But yeah, what's one of the main? Let me ask you this about God. You know, a lot of people, and you seem like you were very religious beforehand, anyway. But a lot of people tend to run to God in certain situations. And you know, shout out to Pastor Van at Second Ebenezer Baptist Church. That's the man that gave me some religion in my life. I don't consider myself religious, but spiritual. You know, right. And he would say prayer without work is you know, basically a wish. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you said he went to church to become a drummer. You kept the faith with God. Yeah. Is there any time that your faith began to weaken? Like, you know, I've been praying. I've been doing everything I can. I've asked you to make me the woman that you want for me to be, and I've been trying to put that work in, and it's still not working. Right.
Like I said, when I got sick with COVID, I really felt some type of way because I was like, I stood before God, and I in the past, and I've said these vows for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, not to mention he left me. I ain't even have a job. I didn't have an income. So it was like, and I never lost anything. And then, you know, I was blessed to get a position in the government. So, you know, my faith never wavered. The only thing I said to God was, I'm tired of praying for this man because God, he ain't changing. And I know, trust me, God does things in his timing. But it was like me constantly praying, you know, writing down scriptures every night. And so I just got to the point that I was like, you know what? God, I'm tired. I need answers. So I sat on my bed and I was like, where did I go wrong? Because I'm be honest with you, I'm not perfect, you know. And I said, God, where did I go wrong? He said, you didn't. And I said, okay, why did this transpire? They have a dysfunctional love language. That's their love language. That's how they love. You don't love like that. You love hard. And I said, okay, I get that. And I said, well, Lord, I'm ready to let go. And after I said that, it was like, I filed the papers. Papers got lost. I said, come on now, what's going on? So I filed them again. This time, Lord and behold, it went through. And when I got the court papers, I called my friend. I was like, baby, it's on. Party time, divorce party, you know. So it was like, I just put up with so much that it was like, you know, having low self-esteem, not thinking, okay, I already had 2 children. Ain't nobody gonna want me. When I'm like, shit, my cousin got 5 kids and she done got married, you know. And I was like, come on, Stacey. You know, just having low self-esteem issues, period. And thinking that I couldn't get nobody. And he also would put that in my head, oh, you got low self-esteem. I said no. And then I got to the point where I was like, no, It's not me, it's you. I said, but you gonna try to make me belittle me to make me think it's me. Then, my kids start getting involved. My older daughter talking to him like, come on, the rabbit hole go deep. I know you cheating on my mother. They took my grandson around this girl, and I'm like, are you serious? My grandson said to him one day, Papa, why you even married Nana? You married her to cheat on her? That don't make no sense. Now, this was coming from the mouth of a 9-year-old. Not a grown man, a 9-year-old. He was like, oh, you thought I was asleep that day? We was over your Uncle Ron's house, and I caught you coming out the bathroom with this girl. Oh, I wasn't asleep. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no respect. No respect whatsoever. So, I just had to, that's why I said the unbreakable, because anybody that have went through what I went through with this man, I probably should be over St. Elizabeth if you're familiar with that place. But I trust God, and I had to, number one, when you're married, you can't put a man before God. And I had this man so high up on the pedestal because I cared about him and I wanted him to change for me. But the only person that can change a person is yourself. You can't change nobody else. And that's what we as women and men have to realize, because there's some men that then went through the same thing that I'm going through, but I ain't going to come out and say it because of their manhood. But here's the thing. Let me say something. I don't care what nobody think about me from this day forth, because I know who I am and I know whose I am. So if you coming on here with your negative comments, it don't faze me, because here's the thing. I passed the test, so I got a testimony, and that's just how it is right now.
Somebody said in the comments earlier that sometimes God uses people to get closer to you. Do you think that was what was happening?
Did my ex push me closer to God? That's
in a sense, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I have always went to church as a child. I strayed away, and I would go to church here and there, but I wasn't like I am now. I went to go to church, and I had to the pastor said, can anybody give a testimony? So he was like, I go to 8 o'clock and the 10 o'clock service. So I'm sitting there at 8 o'clock, and next thing I know, I see my picture pop up on the screen, and he was like, oh, here we go. So I gave my testimony, and, people was walking over. They was like, sis, you just helped me, and that's my thing. Even though I had a dysfunctional marriage, I continuously pray for my marriage friends, and any of them can vouch for me. If you're going through something, you got to be that cheerleader for your husband. I don't think nobody could have it as bad as I had it. When I say this man, I wasn't even working. If I had 20, he had 10. That's how I was. And I'm not going to say he never gave me anything, because he did. Priorities was not a factor in this man's life. Absolutely not. When I say you get your check, you come home, you supposed to say, all right, babe, here go the money for the bills. I used to say, hey, cuz, don't forget these bills due. It was like, I ain't got no money, and I was like, I got to the point, and I can't even tell you. Well, I can say I married him because, like I said, we joined this church, and I'm thinking he's serious. I'm thinking, all right, he ready. No.
How did he put any work behind? Like I said, you said he joined to be a drummer, but did he put any work behind it at first, or was it just the same thing? It's just he joined the church with it?
It seemed like he was getting better. Even at the wedding, his cousin was like, how the hell did we get here? He was like, I'm going to tell you how we got here. It's a church called In His Glory Christian Ministries. That's how we got here. But we got there. And then he didn't have a bachelor party or nothing. I said, I see why you didn't. Because you was bacheloring it up the whole time you was married. So you didn't need one. I'm thinking, damn, he really didn't change. He ain't have no bachelor party. What? Shh. Let me tell you, I caught this Bama in the van, and I'm going to tell you how good a woman's intuition is. I was riding around. The phone butt dialed me, and him and the girl was in the car, and I said, okay. So I'm planning a surprise party for my aunt. The phone butt dialed me. Him and her was in the car. After I dropped the stuff off at my cousin's house, I said, you know what? Go find this nigga. Everybody was like, Stacy, don't go. As I'm riding, I went to a couple of places I ain't seen. When I tell you that voice spoke to me and said, go to his brother's parking lot. Damn if they wasn't right there. Went on a high-speed chase on BWI Parkway. I ain't know I could drive so good. When I say I could have went in one of them movies, Need for Speed or one of them movies, I could have been on one of them that day. But I looked up in the sky and I saw my mom's face, and she said, if you don't turn this car around and go home before you kill yourself or somebody else. When I tell you, I don't even know how I got home, but I made it home. He pulls up with his friend after she done dropped him off. You tripping. You ain't see me. I had a bat in my hand. I said, if you don't get away from me, this bat gonna be a permanent part of your life. I put him out that day. So he was texting me, what more can I do to become a better husband? I said, you asking me these questions? I can't answer that for you. Let him back in, because I'm trying to be this wife that's going to stick by your husband, and should have ran, but I let him back in. Then, he still was talking to her. He was putting her number in the phone as his co-workers. By far am I stupid. Like I said, I should have been working for the FBI because I broke codes and everything. But, me being the person, wanting to my marriage to last, I continuously dealt with it. But like I said, Baltimore flea market, that was it for me. I couldn't do it no more.
Okay, not to trivialize it and take it to fiction, but one of the movies that I saw as a man, that is, from our side of the fence, Denzel is my favorite all time. Let's just say that. Shout out to Denzel Washington, man. I feel like you could take all of his movies and raise a good young man. You can put all his characters together and you can raise a solid individual. You know what I'm saying? I said that to say this. Fences. Have you seen Fences with Viola Davis?
You know what? It's funny you said that, because I'm gonna tell you, I think me and my girls had went on a shopping spree. He was like, come home. I got this movie. This movie remind me so much of us. And guess what it was? Fences.
It was Fences.
You better know it. I said,
Denzel,
so
go ahead, I apologize.
He did have a baby in this relationship. We had broken up, got this girl pregnant. So the little baby was over our house at 2 weeks old. So I guess that made him say, this movie remind me of me and you. And I said, oh, okay. Well, this baby might have a stepmother, but you damn sure ain't got no wife there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Oh, yeah. It's funny you said that, because I'm telling you, that was the movie that he said reminded him of me. And I was like, wow, that's real messed up.
I laughed because that's the same thing Viola Davis said when she accepted that baby girl. She said, this baby might have a mama, but you ain't got no woman. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said.
Yeah.
The point I was making was, I've been Denzel.
Right.
And, as I watched it for the first time, when he was trying, I will say this, I wasn't as blunt as he was. He was very blunt in letting her know that he had a child, outside of the relationship and this and that and the other. I wasn't that blunt, I'll say that. But I was very understanding of him until Viola Davis got to talking, and then I almost wanted to cry. Right. You know what I'm saying? and it wasn't for, it was for her. It wasn't for what I had done. I realized later that I'd done the same thing to women in my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when she said that, he said, I feel like I've been stuck. I come home and then she told him, well, I've been stuck right here with you. What about me? You know what I'm saying? Don't you think I wanted to lay up under something and this and that other blase split? But I held on to you and I planted a piece of me inside of you and I hoped it would grow. And that shit excuse my language. It messed me up though. You know?
Right.
So that opened up a whole new world of understanding when it comes down to, that's a wonderful actress too, man. She's top 5 dead or alive, Viola Davis, man. You know, shout out to her too. But I just said that to say that being on the other side of that fence, you know, no pun intended, you don't see things the same way. You know, like I said, I was a fully grown man when I saw that movie. It can't be that old. What is it, about 7 or 8 years old or something like that, maybe? And that was the first time I saw the clarity in dealing with that situation, and it wasn't even my own. It was just seeing it from the outside and the way they made the feelings come out. A woman is a very powerful and strong individual, because I tell you what, if a woman comes home pregnant, nigga leaving. A nigga can come home and say, I ain't gonna say he can, because he shouldn't, but if it should happen, a nigga can come home and say, listen, I made a mistake, this and that and the other, I tried to do this and that. You know, a nigga gonna say everything. I tried to get the abortion, I tried to I don't even think it's mine. You know, he can say everything he wants to, but at the end of the day, that woman might still hug him 10 days later and say, I love you, I ain't going nowhere. But if she should come home pregnant and say, hey man, I made a mistake and you know, I'm pregnant and I don't think it's yours, and this and that, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say 9.5 times out of 10, a nigga gonna walk on by, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So what type of strength did it take you to muster up inside of yourself to say, okay, I'm going, and then once he brought that movie to the forefront and told you this reminds me of us because of this specific point in it, how did that really make you feel? Because you said it made you think about, but how did that really make you feel? Like,
it kind of
express remorse.
Damn, that's how you look at this. You feel like I'm supposed to be here for you, and you. This your mistake, by the lady, not mine. And it caused a lot of friction. I think that's another thing that kind of caused him to want to get married too, because I was like, you might as well go ahead and be with her. You got a child. I said, you might be 80 at the PTA, but you know, that's on you, Slim. I said, you guys figure this out. So she had another daughter. So he would bring the other little girl along with his daughter. And, you know, that really caused friction. But I will never mistreat a child because a child didn't ask to come in this world. So by my grandson being here, the little girl used to call me Nana too. So her mom got mad and was like, that's not your Nana. Don't call her that. And she was like, but she is my Nana. I love her because I took care of her like she was my very own. And that's just the person that I am. But at some point, it was like, enough is enough.
Respect to you for that too.
Yeah, I was like, at some point, enough is enough. So after the Baltimore thing, even one day we in the car riding, and her other daughter said, he got an apartment anywhere. And I was like, you know, kids don't lie. So I said, damn, what? He got an apartment? I said, oh, for real? She was like, yeah, we've been over there. And I was like, oh, wow. So the whole time he's plotting to probably, you know, eventually move in with this broad anyway, but he didn't know how to do it. And I'm gonna say this out of respect, if he would have came to me and said, Stacy, I'm not in love with you no more, I want to move on, you know, I would have respected him more out of that. But he wasn't man enough. You know, he wanted his cake and he wanted to eat it too. So he continued to sneak. I mean, very dumb. I'm going to just put it out there. Will come home with her parking pass in the window and then get mad at me talking about I put that in the window. I said, how did I put it in the window? I wasn't over there. You know, so he did a lot of dumb stuff, very immature, don't know how to cheat, but continue to do it anyway, you know, but it is what it is.
Women are very powerful individuals, and men are very dumb when it comes to them. A lot of the time, we tend to think with the wrong head.
Right.
I'm going to say that out loud, and that's really the way I feel. I've been there. I've done that. I've been unintentionally, intentionally made to disrespect someone that I shouldn't have disrespected because of the situation I was in. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
In order to maintain a certain relationship, I had to do certain things in order to prove that I was willing to do certain things. And in doing those certain things, I wound up disrespecting someone else and potentially losing the best thing that ever happened to me.
Absolutely.
Now, like I said, as a man, a lot of the time we hurt. And we hurt just like everybody else, but it's like that old music song say, I was taught the definition of a man was to never cry, work till you die, gotta provide. You know what I'm saying? So if we hurting, we're gonna keep it close to the vest because we ain't gonna let nobody know they got the best of us.
Right.
And if you can see you got the best of us, then we know you got an edge on us.
Right.
You know, just keeping it 100, man to woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we know you have that edge, and we can see you have that love. I remember a point in this conversation where you said he used to put that on you. Ain't nobody gonna want you, this and that and other. That we do that only to keep you with us.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not so we can keep doing what we doing comfortable. It's because at the end of the day, that is where we're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might be out on these streets and I'm saying this is completely wrong. But at the end of the day, I might be out in these streets doing what I'm doing, but I know home is home. I know she's gonna be mad, but she's gonna still make me a meal in 24 hours, maybe in the morning. If I come home drunk enough, she's gonna take care of me. If I'm sick, she's gonna nurse me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I did these things, you know what I'm saying? So is there any specific, like, as a woman, I know you gotta get tired of that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You said, did I get tired?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, I did. And like I stayed because just to say that I had somebody, so I kind of stayed with him and dealt with it for the long haul until, like I said, that day that it was a really true smack in my face. Like, you know, I guess I knew it. You know, I knew he was cheating, but I guess I had to be the person that actually saw it in the flesh in order for me to really say, you know what, enough is enough. Because I knew he was messing with this bra. I knew it. But I you know, it was like, okay, he would lie. And I knew he was lying, but it was like, okay. And my aunt, like I said, always told me, you don't have to look for anything. God will put it in your face so clear that it can't be denied. And that's how it was. I've been tired, but I dealt with it because the fear of starting over, the fear of going out here, having to meet somebody and be like, okay, you know, it's like you got to go through a file. And I'm older now. I don't have time for foolishness, drama, you know. And so when I pray and I ask God to bring me back, you know, I know it might sound selfish because I have 3 children on my own, but I was like, Lord, I don't want a man with kids. I don't want a man that drink. I don't want a man that get high. You know what I'm saying? These are and I mean, I'm entitled to feel the way I feel because of what I've been through. But yeah, I've been tired. And actually, like I said, I thought he was changing when we got into church, but after, you know, and I guess wanting to be married, you know, and I thought he had changed. So I was like, okay, maybe he has, you know, but he didn't, you know. But yeah, I've been tired, to be honest.
What is one Bible verse? You said you wrote scripture in your book or whatnot. What's one Bible verse? The book is Unbreakable for everybody that's just joined us. This is Miss Stacy from Northeast and also Northwest DC. both collaborated, and she is the author of a book called Unbreakable, where she is trying to empower young Black women as well as young women alike that has been through I guess the same situation she's been through, and maybe seeking some guidance. You know, might be too scared to speak up and ask someone. You can get this book and possibly change your life. So what I wanted to ask you was, what is one Bible verse that, you know, got you through this? You said you wrote passage in there or whatnot. What's one passage that you can remember clearly?
I put in Psalms 86:7. In the days of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me, you know. And like I said, scriptures, I was almost like the lady in War Room, because I was trying to fight for my marriage. So I wrote down scriptures. I prayed about it. I even prayed for her, to be honest with you. I prayed for her because she's married too. So she broke up her home as well as he broke up our home. You know what I'm saying? So I prayed for her as well. And then, like I said, I just got to the point where I got tired of praying, and I said, you know, I was done. I just.
How long were you unhappy? Because you just said he broke up her home and she broke up your home. And, you know, I'm not speaking on your situation specifically, but I've heard before that when people are unhappy, a lot of the time they find each other. So she may have been unhappy in her situation.
Absolutely.
And him unhappy in his. And, you know, one stone turned the other.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So how long would you say that you were unhappy in that situation?
You said what now?
How long would you say that you were unhappy in that situation?
For years. For years. I could say, out of the years we was together, if I wrote a list of the good and the bad would definitely outweigh the good. And that's real talk.
That's interesting. That's interesting. What did that passage that you said mean to you? I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get, it was a clear thought that came through my head. Sometimes I just blurt stuff out. I don't mean no disrespect by it. I apologize.
You said what now? I didn't hear you.
The passage that you said, can you read it again? And can you tell me what it kind of means to you and what it means to everyone else?
Okay, I put Psalms 86:7. In the days of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. That meant to me that I've called upon God on several occasions, and it's like he gave me answers to all of the questions that I had. He even gave me clarity that it was okay for me to walk away, because you know in the Bible it says you don't supposed to get a divorce unless it's adultery. So even through the midst of the cheating, of the, you know, I still wanted to be that wife that continuously prayed for her husband, that he would change and realize, wow, you know, I'm married now. But like I say, the only person that you can change in life is you. And that once I realized that, you know, and I talked to God and told him I was tired, you know, I felt like he gave me the answers that I need to move on and file for this divorce.
I must say, not to switch versions, but I must say, man, I'm with a very strong woman right now. She's with me through some very trying times in my life. She even saved my life once or twice. You know, I was at a very low point in my life where I didn't want to be here no more. And I played a game with my life, and it just so happened she caught me in the middle of it. And had she not, it would have been over with. Let's just say that. I'm not gonna say it any further than that. But so I say that to say this. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, because I wasn't a good man. I'm grown now. I can admit that. You know, a lot of us, and you know, we talk that shit about how we more mature than women, and when they say women more mature faster than men and this and that other, listen, homies, they get a period when they 11, 12 years old. They mature faster than us, homeboy. They understand the facts of life before a lot of us do. You understand what I'm saying? So it took for me to become like 30 or so to really understand what was going on and respect and enjoy family
Right.
like that. Like, it took for me to almost lose everything in order for me to really understand and respect. Listen, man, like you said, it wasn't so much about starting over for me. It was, I don't want to lose my family.
Right. Right.
You know, the shit that I'm doing, at a certain point, you got to look at yourself. You know, you point at everybody else, oh, you know, the old game is to flip it. You came in at 3 a.m. Well, ain't nobody say shit when you went out with your friends. That shit could be 6 months ago at somebody's birthday party, but a nigga gonna bring it up. Like, I didn't say shit when you went out with your friends and did, but it's the reverse game, you know?
Right.
And once you sit down and you take a good look at yourself, or you put in a position to have to go. See, me, I'm gonna keep it 100. I would tell someone else, go ahead, it's cool.
Right.
Because I didn't want to be left. Or I would say, you know what, I'll leave, it's all right. You know, this and that and other. And it wasn't until somebody accused me of being a runner, or you want to leave, you want to run. That's what you accustomed to. You accustomed to running away from problems instead of working through them and this and that. Like I said, I'm with a very strong woman. And shout out to her, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have looked at myself the way I do. And shout out to you for being strong enough to try. Because a lot of women aren't even strong enough to try.
Right.
And had they may not have went through some of the things that they went through in their life. Now, being that you did, it brought you to the point of being unbreakable. Some of these situations together, people could have grown to be unbreakable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that, did you ever have a woman to woman with that lady? And as, like, you know, the song say woman to woman?
Nah, I couldn't even talk to her. I don't have nothing to say to her, because this girl is younger than him. She's been in my house with her dad to do some plumber work, so she knew what she was doing. It ain't nothing woman to woman that me and her could ever discuss. It's not. And at one point, she had called me one time when she was messing with him before, and told me we should mess his head up and start being friends and hang together. No, but I told her I don't hang with snakes because they bite. So I will never, ever have an ounce of respect for her. Do I hate her? Do I wish any ill will on her? No, because I'm not blocking my blessings for no one. When I say God has truly been good to me, oh, he's been good to me. Like I said, this man left me. I ain't have a income. I never lost nothing. I mean, when I say nothing, my house, my car, I had, you know, my girlfriends, my aunt, people was helping me out and everything. But for the most part, I never lost anything. And that was nothing but the grace of God covering me and protecting me, leading me and guiding me to the path of righteousness with him. Because I know that once I got with him, he'll never leave me. He'll never forsake me. I don't have to worry about him cheating on me. I don't have to worry about, him coming in the house all hours of the night. He gonna be with me at all times. So yeah, I will never have an ounce of respect for her on the strength of you knew what you was doing. I can't solely blame her because I said no vows to this woman. I strictly said them to him, not her. So I don't fully blame her. My anger was directed towards him. You allowed that to happen.
So your anger directed toward him affected her, because you said earlier that you couldn't hit her because of the situation. So evidently something had happened that type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So did she intervene when you were getting angry with him, or was that one of those moments where you had lost control and just was like?
When we was in Baltimore, she came out another door. And I said, there go her scared ass right there. She came and got in my face. I said, I'm going to tell you something right now, baby. I had on the little cute little doll baby dress, had on my sandals, And I said, if you swing on me, Slim, they going to see every name, address, and phone number that I own, because I'm going to mop you through this parking lot. And then some said, ding, in my head, Slim, you in Baltimore, If you think DC holding cell dirty, go to Baltimore jail. I said, yeah, you know what? You right. I was like, shit, they probably got rats in there. And that it woke me up. And I said, I was digging in my purse. Like I said, he had just bought me a stun gun. I was going to stick it right to his lips. But it was like God said, like my hands froze. I just froze. And it was like, you're not going to put your hands on neither one of them. Let them go. And I did. And let me tell you something. I ain't cry. You know, that's how people say, she going to cry when she get in the car. When I say I cried from Baltimore to DC, I cried all the way home. But you know what? Every tear I shedded, God has turned that into a blessing in my life. And I wouldn't go back for nothing. Like I said, you know, I've had prophets tell me he coming home. Not here. Not here. It ain't no home here. Yeah, my you know, I've talked to my cousin and she was like, cuz God showed me him coming back and, you know, with his head down crying. And I said, well, I don't want him no more. So now, you know, my cousin was like, whatever way you go, I'm going. Because when I was praying, she was right there with me, you know, and she prayed me through a lot of days. I cried, caught the Holy Spirit. I ain't never had the Spirit hit me while I'm laying in my bed. I'm shaking. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. You know. But it like I said, I was on it for a long time. Then when I got to that point, I was like, God, I threw my hands up. I said, I'm done. And I stopped praying. I took that hedge of protection away from him. God, let your will be done. And that was my prayer from this day forth. And to this day still. Like I said, now I know that I'm a changed woman because I could talk to him and there's no feelings attached. I don't wish no ill will on him. And I just, you know, I'll still every now and then I might say a little prayer for him. God, you know, like I said, I don't want nothing bad to happen to him because some people can't reel themselves back in. When you get thrown out there on that hook, you can't reel yourself back in. And so, you know, I threw in the towel. I gave up. And I ain't had no other choice.
Understand.
I ain't have no other choice, you know. I thank God for all the people that was in my corner that prayed with me, prayed for me, listened to me. I know I was talking to them over and over again and repeating the same thing, but I thank them for being there for me because it helped me heal. It helped me get past, you know, the rough nights. And I still would get off the phone with them. My cousin would pray with me. I'd get off the phone. I'm still crying, you know. But every tear I cried, God caught that tear in the bucket. And when they say God will turn your ashes into beauty. Look at me now. That's all I can say. Look at me now. When I say, hey, I was broken. I was damaged goods, Slim. You could have got me off the dollar rack at the Dollar Tree. That's how broken I was. And I said, you deserve so much better. I know my grandmother probably flipped over in her grave because she couldn't stand it. My mom, she was dying from cancer. Let me tell you what she said. Don't bring him back in my house. Because if you bring him back in here, I'm going to hurt his feelings. Can you imagine you dying from cancer and your mom telling you, don't bring him back in here? Because if you do, I'm going to hurt his feelings. I was like this. So one Christmas, he going to say, all right, we going over grandma's. I said, nah, you go over your grandmother's and I'll go over mine and we'll meet back up at home. My mom said, don't bring him back over here. I'm telling you, don't. Yeah. So I know she probably flipped over in her grave when I walked down the aisle. No wonder I got to the door, I started crying. The photographer say, you gonna mess up your makeup. I said, I don't care. I should have ran. I should have ran for real.
Listen, I used to say that old saying. Robin Williams said, I put my ring on the wrong finger because I married the wrong goddamn woman.
Absolutely.
That's what he, man.
Yeah. And for a long time after we broke up, I still would keep that ring on my finger. You know, I was like, well, okay, I'm praying for him. Let me keep the ring on. One day I looked at my finger. I said, I took that ring off and threw it in the dresser. I was like, I don't need it. And still got his ring.
Why do women do that?
What? Take the ring off?
Keep that ring on.
If you're praying for your marriage, you're supposed to keep it on. But I guess, I don't know. After, like I said, I got tired. I took that ring off. I was like, shh. And then still didn't want to meet nobody because let me let you know that when you're going through a process like that and you're broken, the wrong thing to do is go to another man. Because you're only going to bring homage to yourself and to him because he's going to catch the brunt of what that man did to you. So for me, and I wouldn't bring another man into this equation because I was angry, you know, and I would have just caused him more grief than anything.
Mm-hmm. Let's just say this. From what I've heard about the situation, and the situation being your situation, because we're discussing what you've been through and how long you were with your ex-husband and what happened afterwards. There's a time, I'm just going to give you a piece of me. What I've been through was I was in loyal. I wasn't in love.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you were too.
Right.
You know, like you said, I mean, I can see this in both of us in this way because I had enough at different points, but I didn't care because I was so used to not caring. You know, she would do her thing and I would do mine. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you doing that. I don't care enough to go fight anybody over it. What I'll do is just do my thing. On the meantime, we'll meet up in the middle at the kid's house because it wasn't her house or my house. That was the kid's house. We'll meet up at the kid's house to make everything look respectable. You go to work, I go to work, and we go our separate. You know what I'm saying? That type of situation right there. Right. So I found that it was easy to disrespect it because it wasn't respected in the first place.
Right.
You know, you got married after you had already saw the signs. I did the same. Mm-hmm. There was no respect in it in the first place because there was no trust. Mm-mm. There was a loyalty. We've been here for each other. You done been through some shit, and I done been there for you. I done been through some shit, and you done been there for me. In my case, it was prison. Right. You know, a child in prison, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm in loyal, not in love. But because I'm in loyal, I'm going to pay that loyalty back because this is what you feel like should happen.
Go upstairs, Mommy. Mm-hmm. Right.
So whose idea was it in your situation to get married?
Well, he asked me, and I was like, I got excited. I started planning stuff and got all my girls together. Had, you know, got my bridesmaids and everything. Got his grooming together. I basically did everything. He helped out with paying for some of the stuff. He paid for the photographer and the DJ, but I pretty much paid for everything else. My father, I think my father gave me a little bit of money, not much, but I pretty much did everything. And it was like, you know, he just went along with it because he really wanted to go to the Justice of the Peace. But you know, this is my first wedding. I want to do it up, you know. And at my wedding, everybody had such a good time. You know, everybody was like, man, STACY, man, I had a ball. My. And I was like, I said, man, it was awesome. But based on nothing but false pretense. That's all it was.
Yeah. I met a woman, shout out to Cease, I love you, baby. I met a woman that put me in a position. See, like I just said, I wasn't loyal, I wasn't in love.
Absolutely.
So that marriage meant nothing to me. I've been through a divorce. It's ugly. That's why I told you that shit gets ugly. Yeah. You know, I mean, this woman went to court and she drug it out purposely. because she did not respect the woman that I was with and the way the man that I had become with the woman that I'm with, basically.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So in saying that, she put me in a position to have to lose something that I love now. Because, okay, I'm dealing in a different situation. I'm dealing with a different person, but I'm not a different person. I'm just dealing with somebody that I like, and I realize that I love very quickly. But at the same time, I'm in this habit of being the man that I am. I haven't let go of, I guess, you know, those, what they call them childhood ways. They say when I was a child, I thought like a child. I acted like a child. When I was a man, I put those childish ways behind me or whatnot.
Absolutely.
It took her to make me put that childish shit behind me and say, look, man, you're going to lose.
Right.
And like I said, that made me take a deep look at myself and say, you know what? I don't run. I don't run from a problem. I love this woman. I love our relationship. We have children, and I'm not gonna lose that because I'm out here trying to act like these young boys are chasing trivial women because they are there. You know? Right.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate situation that we get put in, you know, positions to have to get messy. But here's the thing: in my divorce, I put in there, I don't want anything from him. I never changed my name. He got pissed about that because I never changed my name. And he said, you ain't even changed your name. I said, change it for what? To change it right back. You know, it was like you said, in love. It really wasn't love. I can't even say lust, because it was like some nights I could look over at him and be like, nigga, if it wasn't the Lord, I could just kill him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, when it gets to that point in the relationship, it's time to cut the cord, because somebody is going to wind up getting hurt, killed, and it's not worth it. It's too many people out here that will get you and treat you like the queen that you are. Just let it go. And so once I matured and like I said, healed the broken, wounded, trapped little girl inside of me, I was able to say, you know, enough is enough. So I was able to walk away. Yeah, hurt, angry, disgusted, embarrassed. All of those things came to mind. But then once I moved towards trusting God, that's when I said, embarrassed for what? Continue to walk the walk that you're walking, and I got you. I just kept hearing, you know how they say the angels sit on one shoulder and the devil be on the other? The devil would be like, ride out their house. I'd be like, there, pluck them off, you know? The angel was like, continue to pray. And that's what I did. Oh, I'm going to tell you something. Oh, vicious. I'm one of them ones, I'm going to get you. Like on that movie, I'm going to get you, sucker. I could have got him, but I was like, you know what? I chose God instead of anger, revenge. Because God said, vengeance is mine. I got a contracting position, and I was sitting at my desk one day, and it was like the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, I want you to send him a text message and say, I forgive you. Oh, the neck, for what? Just do it. When I sent that message, it was like this. Things just started lifting up off of me. And from that day forth, he could no longer anger me. So I was like, okay, God, you know, I hear you. So sometimes you have to be that bigger person to say enough is enough. And that's who I was. And I chose God over anything. So that's what helped me heal. You know, like I said, I had prayer wars in my corner. They prayed with me, cried with me, laughed with me, stayed on the phone. I know I probably said the same thing about 50 times, but they listened to me and they acknowledged what I was feeling, and they, you know, they felt my pain in so many words. And like I said, I appreciate them so much, but I just got to that point where I was like, I'm done. And I never thought I would get here, but Lord knows I'm here now, and I thank God for it.
Yes, ma'am. Have you ever, looking back on a relationship with him, as well? Let me ask you this first. Somebody in the chat room said earlier that they feel your pain. They've been separated from their husband for quite some time. Do you have any advice for anybody that's been separated or that's going through a separation right now or whatnot, as to what they can do to get through it or maybe move forward or get it back together?
Here's the thing. If they want to get it back together, I suggest they continue to pray for their husband. Put that hedge of protection around him, continuously pray, and with hopes. You know, God does things in his time, and we can't rush him. He does things in his time, and then if it's meant to be, it'll be. But my situation, I continue to pray for God to turn me into the woman that he wanted me to be. If they're going through a separation and they want their husband, all I can say is get you some scriptures, get in that word, continue to pray, and just trust God, you know, and he'll, if it's meant to be, it'll be. You know, we don't know what God holds for us in the future. We don't know that. But that's all I can say, you know, and just keep the faith, and I don't know her situation, what transpired, or, you know, what went on in their marriage, but I could truly say if it wasn't infidelity, you know, just go to God and pray, you know, get you a prayer room, get you some women that's going to pray for you, you know, and help you through that situation.
Okay. What version of the Bible do you read?
All of it. Every scripture in there. I done been through Psalms, I done been through Proverbs, Matthews, all of. I go to different Bible studies and everything.
No. Excuse me. I mean, what version? King James? Because, you know, there's so many versions of the Bible. What version? Not what.
King James. I read the King James. Mm-hmm.
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. There was a song. Like, I keep referencing this song. It's a very deep song, man. They just don't make music like they used to. I feel real old when I say that. Because these young motherfuckers don't make, damn, excuse my language. I apologize.
You all right.
It's Friday night, you know, I'm a little saucy, so excuse my language, you know.
That's
but
okay.
These young artists, they don't make the music that they used to, you know.
Right.
And there was a song by Music. It's Teach Me How to Love.
Absolutely.
You know, teach me, man. And, you know, like I said, I'm with a beautiful woman, a very strong woman that brought me through a lot in my life. Mm-hmm. And she taught me how to love. Right. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody. You know, if this is what you want, then this is the way you need to treat me. This is the way you need to love me. This is the way we need to coincide in order for this to work. You know, mm-hmm. And like I said, you know, it's not an ultimatum either. At one point, it is, I want to make her happy. Right. If you love somebody, you know what I'm saying? Right. You're gonna, and it'll make you change. Like you said, the only person that can change you is you. You know,
that's right.
In my situation, like I said, I was put under the gun because of the behavior that I had, the behavior that I was used to having. And once she let me know, hey, I can't do this now. You know, you can continue to do that, but I got to cut the cord, or you're going to show me that this is what you really want.
Absolutely.
I couldn't lose. And I hope I truly hope you find a man that looks at you and say, listen, I cannot lose.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm for real. Yeah. But don't be afraid though. Don't see, you know what? The thing about hearts is they say time heals all wounds. That's a lie. I don't believe that. Unbelievable, because I can still see you hurt right now. Like the paperwork ain't even signed. The ink ain't dry. The paperwork ain't been signed. Ain't nobody stepped in court. It got ugly for me. You know, the lady went in court, you know, and I won't disrespect or anything like that. But that's my enemy. You said you'll still say a prayer. I don't say no prayers for this woman. I'm just going to be quite honest with you.
Right.
She went in court and tried everything in the book to drag this out as long as she could.
Absolutely.
And it was about a win or a lose. I'm not going to lose to that woman. It wasn't about the children involved, because there were children involved. That the judge had to call in chambers to talk to privately away from us because we were so combative in the courtroom. So he didn't even want to put the child in that situation. He took the child behind chambers. And when he come back, he said the child loves both of you.
Right.
You know, he loves you. He said he had a good time with you. She said she has a good time with you and this and that and the other. He did not disclose where she said she wanted to live. He placed her where her mother wanted her to go.
Right.
You know, and that's fine. But like I said, all the games now, if we've been separated for, let's just say, 10 years, 10 years or something like that. I mean, this woman had the people that were supposed to serve her papers afraid. They asking me to find somebody to serve her. Like, listen, we don't want to go up. We're not messing with that lady. Can you come get the papers and get somebody to serve her for? And I told him, that's your job. I done paid you. Do your fucking job. You know what I'm saying? It was that type of situation. She gets to court and she tells him, well, you know, that's not his kid. So now we got to wait another 3 to 4 or 5 weeks in order to get a test, and then another 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 weeks in order to get the results and get back to court. Anything to stretch it out. So I hope that it works for you in the aspect of, okay, we both sign these papers. We both go in front of this judge and say, yeah, this is what I want. Right. But you didn't already express that. He said, you ain't going to do this, that, and the other. So he might be thinking that you try to back out of it.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Ain't no stopping me now. I'm gone. And here's the thing. He didn't send in his paperwork to say he didn't want it. So I don't know.
I can't hear you.
He didn't send in paperwork to say he wanted it, you know, to go to counseling or whatever. But
your audio went out.
Huh?
Okay, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before. Your audio went out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he didn't send in paperwork to say that, you know, he wanted to test it or anything. So hopefully everything will go smooth. Even if he say he want counseling, that's out the question. It's almost been 3 years. I'm one and done. And whatever it takes, I'm willing to do, because ain't gonna be no, can we go to counseling? Absolutely not. You've been over there 3 years, Slim. That's where you want
to be. Have you ever kept him away from his children?
Well, our daughter's 21, so she's grown. So if she want to go around him, that's on her. They don't have the best relationship. Yeah.
How long were you guys separated before you saw the papers?
We were separated for 2 years when I filed the papers.
So was she grown already then? I know she had a child or whatnot.
Yeah. She was probably 20. She 21 now. She might have been 19. About to be 20. Yeah. With COVID, everything is moving real slow. So I filed the papers August of last year. My court date is March the 30th.
Is it viral? Y'all gonna have to go in the viral courtroom, or will y'all be able to show up in person?
No, we got to do it online. Yeah.
I said that was a very traumatic experience for me.
Right.
The judge will be on your side. That's one thing I will say that I hate about the justice system. And you know, it's mother's baby, father's maybe. The judge hated me. You know, he hated that I had a paid attorney. She didn't have an attorney. I hired representation. He hated that. Right. You know, we couldn't handle it civilly or this and that. I see you had to bring in the big guns and this and that and the other. And he treated me that type of a way, you know, and you know, not to say nothing, you know, because in the end it is what it is. But I just pray for you. Let's just say that you're gonna be in my prayers because that's a sticky situation. He can go in there and say, you know what? I was just with her last week and she still said she still loves me. I want to work it
The
out.
devil
And you
is
know
a
what the
liar.
judge gonna do?
I mean, I got witnesses to prove that he ain't touched me in almost 3 years. So he can run game if he wants to. I tell you what, he better let it go as smooth as it can because I got pictures. I got everything. They was on Facebook bun up, baby.
It won't matter if he tells the judge, man, listen, Your Honor, last week me and Miss Stacy was together and we told each other we love each other and we're gonna work it out. We come in here today and now she talking about she still want a divorce. I'm confused. I got played just like that. And it was a play on the judge and on my spouse, trying to make my spouse think that maybe we had a private conversation where I said some shit like that, excuse my language, where I said some stuff like that, and then telling the judge that we had conversations with, he said he still loved me last week. And guess what that caused? A postponement and a referee to get involved. And this and that and other. See, that's why I said, like I said, I just pray for you. I hope that everything works out for you. And I'm going to tell you this, it's going to take for him to find, he's going to get hurt. And I'm not wishing that on him.
Oh,
but
no.
it will happen.
Oh, yeah.
I was hurt.
Absolutely.
And that's what it takes for you to get hurt in order to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to do this to anybody else because I don't want it done to me. I'm going to play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and whatever comes of that comes of that.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what is the end of the book about?
The end of the book is that I let everybody know that I'm getting a divorce, and you know that is I'm at peace with my decision, and it'll be a part 2.
Are you at peace with your decision?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Never been so sure in my life. Like I said, it took me some time to get to this place, but when I got there, you know, that was it for me. That was it. I mean, this affected not only me, but he was in my son's life ever since he was 2. My son was the best man in the wedding, you know, so my grandson was in the wedding. My daughter was in the wedding. His daughters was in the wedding. So it was like, Slim, you just created a chain reaction. You not only hurt me, you hurt my kids, everybody else. So
he raised your children. I mean, were your other kids? I understand you had 2 kids. You had 2 kids before him, right?
Absolutely. And he was in. My daughter might have been 6 when I started dating him. My son was 2. And he was in there like, you know, like I said, let me put it like, he's not it's 5 love languages. His was dysfunction.
Your audio, young lady, your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
It's, you know, his love language is dysfunction. So I guess that's the only thing he knew how to do. Not a real bad person, just irresponsible, don't know how to love. And, you know, that's just what it is. He didn't know how to love. And maybe it wasn't taught for him as a child. You understand what I'm saying? We learn, we get what we're taught as children. And I was with my grandparents, so hey, that's what I wanted. I wanted the love that they had. They've been together through thick and thin. They, you know, both of them are deceased now, but I wanted the same kind of love that they had, you know. Oh yeah, of course they, you know, fuss a little bit, but at the end of the day, he was the provider. And this man wasn't a provider at all. Anytime that I have to call you at work, hey, look, don't forget we got to pay the electric, gas, water bill. Okay, you know, I shouldn't have to tell you that. You should automatically say, I got bills to pay. Let me get her the money first. Whatever's left, that's my play money. But it wasn't like that. Yeah.
That's exactly that. I'm Denzel. When the money comes in, my wife get it. Flat out. I don't pay it. I don't listen. She pay all. I bring it. I break it off, and I get what I got left. Just like fences. That was my thing with Denzel. Like I said, I'm still fences, but I'm just a different. I'm not that Denzel no more. You feel me? I'm a growner version of Denzel. You know, she said you should have. If you did this, you should have did it in your 20s. You know, you ought to kept your ass in my bed. I'm the nigga that's gonna keep I'll jack my stuff off before I go out here and fuck my relationship up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Straight up, I'm at a point in my life where I feel like it won't be me. Right. I don't want to be the reason. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to ask you is, are you still hurt? Because I can hear some hurt in your.
I wouldn't say I'm healed, but I'm scared. Because as I say, the men out here now, it's a slim chance to none that you're gonna get one that serves. The first thing they want to know is, can I come over? That's not the Stacy that I am, because I love Stacy now. So how about, can I take you out to dinner? Can I take you to the movies? Let's do this. Let's take a walk in the park and talk and get to know one another. I'm not that little teenage girl that didn't care about herself and be like, oh, okay, the way I got to get this man to keep him, I got to sleep with him. Nah, we're not doing that. It's about knowing and getting to know a person and truly saying, hey, we're going to be friends before anything. We're not just going to jump between the sheets, because when you do that, that's another problem, you know? So I love Stacy so much that it's like, I'll wait. It's almost been 3 years. I can continue to wait, you know? If I don't meet another guy, I'm good. I'm cool with that too. I'm cool with that too.
Do you watch Wendy Williams?
Yeah.
I love Wendy Williams. Shout out to her. Niggas be talking about, you old chatty patty nigga, you a Wendy Williams. Well, you goddamn right, nigga. I love Wendy Williams. I'm Wendy Williams. But yeah, dig this here. Wendy is going through that same thing. She's doing the virtual dating. You ever thought about doing something like that?
I'm scared of that.
Why?
I'm scared.
That should be the most comforting,
because they had my ass in the trunk somewhere. No. Nah, I'm scared. I don't do the Tinder, the black people me. I can't do it. Because I'm gonna tell you
Mingle?
why.
What about Christian Mingle?
Everybody that get on Christian Mingle ain't Christian.
I dig that.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah.
I dig that.
I mean, in due time, I guess, you know, maybe I'll meet him through a mutual friend. You know, I know at my church they do have a singles thing there, so you know I might join that and see what come out of that. But to be honest, I'm truly focusing on me and you know, trying to continue to better myself. And I guess in due time, when it's time for me to meet Mr. Right here, might bump into him at the grocery store. I don't know, you know, but I'm really not into the dating websites.
So you're a strong black woman, right? At this point, you consider yourself strong, right?
Right.
Unbreakable, correct?
Yes.
So okay, I meet Miss Unbreakable, and we hit it off in the cereal aisle of Kroger's, right?
Right.
And we have a few lovely conversations over the phone, let's just say over the course of about 3 weeks.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to sleep with you. You're not trying to sleep with me. We are actually having fun, having conversations and learning about one another.
Right.
I say, hey, Miss Stacy, listen, we've been talking for a few weeks. I'd like to take you out to dinner.
Right.
Now, you're a strong black woman. You're unbreakable.
Right.
Is Miss Stacy the type of woman that wants to split the bill? Or or is she still that woman that, you know, yeah, this man can, you know what I'm saying, can cater this, you know, occasion or whatnot, this and that and the other?
Nah, we can split it.
Oh my God. See, now you gonna hurt somebody's feelings.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm like this. If we together, you could pay one time, I'll pay the next time. It ain't all about, I'm not a selfish person, so I want to be 50-50. I don't, and that's a bad habit that I do have, that I'm so strong and independent, that'll kind of push men away. But that's
I'm
just who I am.
I got daughters. I got daughters, man. Shout out to my babies. You know, I got daughters.
Right.
And this is what I say. If a man is courting you, he should pay. I don't care what nobody in the comments say. Nigga, shut if I ask you to go out with me, I would be insulted if you tried to pay. Like, hold on now. And then moreover, if we going out, it's not necessarily to say that it is my job, but if we going out as a man, I feel like that is what I'm here for. I'm here to cater to you. I'm here to court you. You're not courting me. I showed interest in you. You know what I'm saying? That would be insulting to me. And then who knows? Like, damn, Miss Stacey, you ain't you. And then who knows how unbreakable you are? You might be like, Lord, homeboy, I'm telling you, I'm gonna pay my own because you ain't getting none of this tonight. Or so, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then what type of situation are we faced with there? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you can't be afraid of your heart.
No, I mean, if he want to pay, I'll let him pay, but I'm just saying, I believe in, you know, you pay one time, the next time I pay. That's even if you get a second date, because you know how they did on that what was that show when Daddy's girl Gabrielle Union went out on that date with that man, and he was out there rapping up, and she was done with it, you know. And look how she wound up meeting Idris Elba, and they wind up dating. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know what God has in the cards for you. But I ain't looking no more. I give up. I guess eventually, you know, like I said, maybe I meet somebody through a mutual friend. I don't know, but I'm on chill mode.
Don't give up on us.
Oh no. I can't even do this.
We love you. No. Black woman, we love you. Don't give up on us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of us ain't right. I'm gonna speak for the niggas that ain't right, that ain't old enough to say they ain't right for themselves. Some of us ain't right. We got a lot of grown ass men that steal children.
Absolutely.
I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, when a woman is ready to settle down and pay the bills and be a family, a man is ready to go out in the streets to hang with his homeboy and drink some beers and whatever the case may be. You know, it's just two different time frames a lot of the time, unless a dude grows up a certain way. And everybody's not like that. I can't speak for every man, but a lot of them at least, you know. The time frames are different. Even if you involve, because you know, a lot of niggas don't have protected sex. So even if you involve a baby in it, you know, that really drives a woman in the hyperdrive. Now I got a baby to consider. I got diapers, wipes, milk, this and that, the other blase fleet. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if you got to call and remind a nigga, hey, the light bill due, you got a situation on your hands. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And see, I was so used to being the man in that relationship till it's like, you know, I felt like the man. I felt like the man in my marriage. And then he said to me, you won't allow me to be the man. So guess what? I stepped back. You still couldn't be that man. So I had to step back up again.
Did you ever say those words to him?
Absolutely.
That shit is very hurtful. Excuse my language. That you know what, women, and I'm not saying it was uncalled for. I don't know your situation, but I'm just saying in general, that shit is just as hurtful as saying this ain't your baby.
Absolutely.
Telling a man he is not a man, you know, you run the risk, unless you trying to drive him away, you run the risk of losing him forever, because he gonna try to chase that if he's anything, if he got any type of backbone, he gonna try to chase that manhood. And once he realizes he can't chase it down, and you know, a woman is a woman, she gonna tell you, oh, I didn't mean it like that, this, that, and the other. But a real man is not gonna feel like that. She told me I'm not a man. So he gonna look at himself like, what responsibilities or what, you know, you get in a situation where you look at yourself like, what am I not doing right?
Right.
You know, like, you know, for a woman to say, you know, I was the man in this, I'm tired of being the man, you need to step up in this, that, and the other. A real man will look at himself like, man, what is really going on? If you felt like you were the man in the relationship, so you handled all the responsibility, and
I'm a go get it. If it's something that's out there to be got, I'm gonna get it. And I feel like when you got your mother as backbone for you, and you call your mom, I ain't got no money. Oh, can we get this $20?
Your audio.
When you have a man that can go to their mother and mom ain't got no money, and she give it to him like that, you don't have no ambition. You don't have no get up and go. You feel like you looking for handouts. Like I said, I wasn't working. If I had 20, he had 10. That's just how it was. His mother came into a lump sum of money. You know what he did? Went and bought a damn motorcycle. And we needed things fixed in here, but he bought a motorcycle. Then he bought me a Louis Vuitton purse, but guess what? That's material stuff. That stuff wear out. How about fix the house up? Oh yeah, I did. You know, that was a irresponsible move on my behalf. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, it was a lot of jealousy there. You know, it was a lot of jealousy there. So I felt like our relationship was gone for a minute, but I think we both forced it because we was comfortable. So we stayed in something for being comfortable when we should have really just went our separate ways and left it at that. But me being stubborn, I ain't losing him to another woman. No, this my man, you know, and trying to hold on and change somebody that didn't want to be changed, you know. So yeah.
So let me ask you this. You say you trying to change somebody that didn't want to be changed. Like I said, there will come a time when he will be hurt and he will understand what he did to you, and probably consequently a few other women in his lifetime or whatnot. And you know, in every man's life, there comes a time when they realize the grass isn't greener or may not be greener on the other side. If he should ever come back around with his head down, like that relative of yours said, I see him coming back with his head down. I see, because, you know, relationships are funny. Things get different. Let's just say 10 years down the line when, you know, you might not have found the right one for yourself and he might not have found the right one for himself or whatnot. And he may be a different version of the man you used to see. Do you ever see something like that happen?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
When, like I said, a woman's heart is like a vault. When you in, you in. But when you out, you out. And he's out now. I put up with a lot. I do. But when I get to that breaking point, and I told him so many times, look, you ain't gonna like the person you turning me into. So once I got to that point where I was tired, that was it for me. After the Baltimore scene, that was it for me. Number one, I had got locked up for fighting this girl. You know, I had got locked up for fighting her. Then you still creeping with her and then you in a whole nother state with her, and I catch you. Oh, Slim, you done.
Did she press charges on you?
Huh? Oh yeah, I got locked up on Father's Day.
You get locked up for having a fight, but did she press charges on you and try to get you some jail time?
She pressed charges, but she couldn't get me no jail time. I just had to do community service. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How much community service did you do? I hope you got a couple good punches in since you got a little case off of it.
I ain't do no community service because I did it through DPW and he worked for DPW, so his supervisor just signed off on the paper.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point in life, what is life like for Miss Stacy outside of becoming an author and getting ready for the release of your upcoming book Unbreakable? What is life like for Miss Stacy?
Peace. Straight peace. Absolutely.
I remember during a previous conversation you were telling me that your whole aim was to empower women. Right. And anybody else for that matter, especially young Black women and any Black woman that is going through something similar, to let them know that they're not alone and hopefully give them some type of guidance in what they're going through.
Right.
What do you say to that woman right
now? I say to them, continue to stay strong, pray about it. If you need to cry, cry about it. But find you a strong system that can help you get through whatever it is you're going through. And I'll tell any woman, look, I'm available. If you need to talk to me, hit me up. I'll talk to you. I'll pray with you. I'll cry with you. But just, stay grounded, stay focused, stay the course. Because one thing for sure and two for certain, God will never leave you nor forsake you. If you trust in God, read. Get you some scriptures, write them down. Write a journal. Another thing that saved me too, I was on this group and the lady asked us to write a letter to the people that hurt you, right? The first letter I wrote, you know who it was to? Stacy. Because I hurt Stacy. I could have ended that scenario at any given time, but I stayed, like I said, trying to think that I could change somebody. You can't do it. So if it means writing letters, I ain't give it to him. I wrote a letter to him. I wrote a letter to my father, and I wrote a letter to my mother because all of that hurt me. And I wrote those letters. And when I say that's when that little girl started healing. She started healing then. So that helped me as well.
I'm gonna say this from the other side of the fence to a lot of men out there that may be watching, man. You gotta start opening up to these women and letting them know how you feel. On some real 100 shit. Like I said, a lot of us don't have fathers. And if we did have fathers, they left too soon to teach us what we needed to know, and all we saw was what we saw, and a lot of what we saw wasn't good. So we mimicked that because that is what we saw, and that was the definition of a man that we got, And in that, brothers, if you out there, we got to start letting these women know, especially if you love them. You know what I'm saying? You got to trust a woman with your heart, man. If you can lay with a woman and trust her with your health, you should be able to trust her with your heart. That's the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, COVID, and shit, COVID, everybody don't make it through COVID. So kudos to you for that. And everything else, you've been strong enough to make it through. You're truly a survivor. But as a man, if you can lay down and trust a woman with your health, because a lot of y'all put on condoms, but you do things with your mouth. That's just as nasty as not putting on a condom.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can lay down with a woman and take a chance with your health and hers, and vice versa or whatnot, you can trust her with your heart, man. Start telling them how you feel, because a lot of the time, like you said, that one thing stuck to me because I've been in that situation before. It really, I know it hurts a man. Those are hurtful words. To hear that he isn't a man, to hear that I'm the man in this relationship. See, at a time in my life, I'm gonna take you a step deeper. At a time in my life, it was cool to be pimping, a playboy, a nigga that let women take care of him and not not a nigga with a job. I take my girl to work. I was Jody. Let's take I was Jody. You see baby boy?
Right.
It was cool until one day that woman put you in your place and let you know that you a toy. Nigga, I do all this. Nigga, give me my keys. This is my house. Do you pay a bill and that's when the nigga will realize, hold on, man, I gotta get up, get out, and get something. I gotta get my own. I have to be the master of my own destiny. Once you realize you're not the master of your own destiny, you're gonna boss up and get this money. And beyond that, stop chasing tail. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, listen, man, my man said it best. Get your education, get your money on, because a woman gonna respect you more when you got something to bring to the table. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like you get your education on, you get your job on, and this and that and the other. If you ain't got nothing to bring to the table, why should she respect you? She shouldn't look at you as nothing more than a one night stand. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing Absolutely. To invest in there.
Right.
So I just want to congratulate you on the strength to tell your story and to let everybody in on the secret. And like you said, to let these young women know, shit, I'm here for you. If you need help, you can always contact me and get in touch with me, and I'll pray with you, cry with you. I'm not that type of individual. I ain't gonna pray with no nigga. I ain't gonna cry with no nigga. I'll give a nigga some advice. I'll give a nigga some advice. I ain't gonna pray and cry with him, though. You know, I ain't preaching.
Right.
You know, my life ain't peaches and cream, but I done been through some things, and I'm pretty sure I can relate to what a lot of individuals is going through out here, you know?
Right. Absolutely.
So when should we be looking forward to your book?
It's already written up. I got to get it printed. I don't know which angle I want to go. I think I might go through Amazon, but I'm just going through it with a fine teeth comb now to make sure everything is on point. And I don't think I want to do chapters in my book. I just want to, just have it go straight through it. I don't want to really do chapters. I'm debating on, which way I'm gonna go with it. But I didn't put any names in my book.
What do you mean by not doing chapters? Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Like you know how they break the book down, chapter 1, this is what happened. I don't want to do it like that. I didn't put any names in my book to protect. I didn't want nobody trying to come after me. Oh, I'm suing you because you slandered my name, this, that, and the third. So it's no names in my book. It's, like I said, it's what I went through, how I dealt with it, scriptures to help you get through it. And the ending will tell you, yes, I did file for my divorce. And that's it.
Do you... you talked about religion a lot tonight. Do you suggest religion as an outlet to somebody that's going through something, whatever religion it may be, like talking to their pastor or a deacon, or maybe I forget what they call the women in the church. Excuse me, ladies. I'm sorry. Deaconess. I ain't been to church in quite some time.
Deaconess.
Right, deaconess. Right. Yeah. I didn't want to get it wrong.
I do. And everybody is not into religion. I don't push my religion on anyone, but that's how
your audio.
You can't hear me?
It went out a little bit.
Okay. I don't push my religion on anyone, but I will say this, that's what got me through. If it's can you hear me? Now can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If it's someone positive you could talk to, it doesn't have to be someone religious, just somebody that you could trust, that you can put your trust in, and that you could go to them about anything and they'll talk to you, laugh with you, whatever,
Ms. Mack would like to know, how can we get in touch with you for help?
They can email me and I'll reach out to them. We can, chat through email, and then, we'll exchange phone numbers or whatever.
Do you have a social media? Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, I do. It's Self-Made 45 on my Instagram.
Any underscores in that?
And my Facebook page is just Stacey Dawkins. Facebook.
Any underscores in that first one with Instagram? You said self-made 45. Is there any underscores?
It's
Anything you need to know?
self-made _45.
I'm gonna need self-made _45 to follow up for Debate TV1 because I'm about to follow self-made 45 while we on this line right now.
All right, go ahead. I got you. I'm gonna follow you back.
I'm about to look that up right now.
Right.
But I really just appreciate. I really appreciate you sharing this story because you know. On this channel, at least, we talk about a lot of things that are irrelevant and relationships, life, emotion, fear,
absolutely,
respect. All that is a part of life that a lot of people are scared to share. And I feel like you are sharing some of the most intimate moments in your life that got to do with all of that mixed up into one ball. And I just want to salute you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me because I don't know. I might have texted someone tonight. I don't know, but I hope that I did. And if I did, like I said, you can reach out to me on any of my social medias, and I'll gladly, try to help you get through it. If you don't, the spiritual way, but I'm not. I don't try to inflict my religion on anyone because what pushed me closer to God was my marriage, and I say that to say. Some people don't believe in God. That's not me. Can you hear me? Some people don't believe in God, but that was my source to help me heal. So, I mean, I'll talk to you and help you the best way I can. Give you some scriptures and help you out as the best I can.
I'm having trouble finding you now. I'm at self-made _45. Is it Crystal?
Wait a minute, Jay, ain't my Instagram name self-made _45? Wait a minute, my son gonna look it up for me right quick. I know it's self-made _4. I thought that's what it was. Or
do you have a picture up?
Yeah. Self_made 45.
Okay.
So it's self_made 45.
Okay, it says Stacy, right?
Yes.
Okay, I requested a follow.
Okay, I got you.
So that, ladies, that is where you can get help at. I verified it. I requested my own follow. So I maybe could get some goddamn help. Who knows? I might need some help. You know what I'm saying? This who I'm gonna come to. I was raised in the church. There was a time in my life when I felt like God turned his back on me when really I turned my back on him. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And like I said, God bless the woman I'm with. It took me to get to a certain point in my life to realize that I was the one that turned his back, basically, that was messed up. So I say that to say this, even Ayana Fix My Life, that's one of my favorite individuals, but sometimes she got to sit down with somebody and ask them, hey, what you think about this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she can be a little harsh sometimes.
Okay, Vendetta Mac put it across the screen. That is self_made 45 for any women that are in attendance or men even. That just, if you can't express yourself to your wife, to your woman, to your significant other, maybe you can jump in her inbox and express yourself to her and she can help you with it. Now, nigga, if you come back 2 or 3 times, she gonna have to charge you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the way it goes. We ain't, hey, nah, fool me once, shame on you. But if you just keep needing advice like that, there's gonna be a charge of $9.99 off, you know what I'm saying, after the second time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, seriously though, y'all, if you need some help, jump in our inbox. Y'all already see we got a good woman we dealing with. And like I said, I apologize on behalf of all men for what we, because I know you was dealing with us. And we are some complicated individuals. Let's just say that.
Right.
You know,
right.
I know I was. When I look at, sometimes it's crazy when you look at yourself because you can see a young man. And like I say, I reflect on the conversation that we had the first time we spoke. And I told you even then, like I hear a lot of myself in the man that you're speaking about.
Right.
And your truth gave me another insight, just like the truth I got out of fences. Like, damn, this is going to be a powerful interview. That's why I was like, hey, can we do this? Would you be open to doing it?
Right.
You know, it's Black History Month. People need to hear something positive. They need to see a strong Black woman that made it through the same struggles that some of them are going through, you know?
Absolutely. Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we getting ready to get out of here. Do y'all have any questions for Miss Stacy before we leave the broadcast? I'm opening up the floor to the comment section for about a good, let's just say y'all gonna have the floor for about a good 15 minutes. You know, I'm not fielding no crazy questions. So if you ask something crazy, I'm gonna ignore it. But if you like a little bit of advice or anything like that, while the line is open, go ahead and throw it in the comments, man. I'll be sure to pin the comment, put it up there, and see what Miss Stacy has to say. But I don't think you ever. How long did you say it was gonna take for the book to be out?
I should have it together probably within a month's time, and then once I get it together, I'll reach out to you and let you know. And if you want to do another session, we can.
Listen, mi casa, su casa.
Right.
Whenever you get it together, you let me know. Just like I told you this time, I'm open. You let me know when it's a go, it's a go. Okay. You know, as a man, I respect certain things. I definitely respect you and the struggle you've been through and the person you became because of it. You know what I'm just sad. It's sad that we had to go through all that in order to get to the place we're at in life. But God don't put what they say, God don't put more than you can handle on you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Vendetta Max said, thank you, and may God continue to bless you in your journey. I'll be reaching out to you.
Thank you.
Let's see what else we got in these comments. Eric Lesher says she left it alone, the table for everyone. What you mean, Mr. Lesher? She left it alone, the table for everyone. Listen, man, I've been drinking too. So you should always look over what you've been typing before you push the publish button, because that's kind of illegible. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I can't read it, but saying that I can't comprehend it. She left it alone, the table for everyone. Miss Stacy, do you have any idea what that comment means?
Nah.
Okay, at the bottom he says for all. So he says she left it alone for everyone. Man, write that again, Mr. Lesher. That still doesn't make too much sense to me, okay? Yolanda Brown is clapping her hands for you. Goddamn right. Round of applause. Yolanda Brown says, thanks, sis. Yeah, you know, a lot of the time I'll be speaking to these niggas on here, and you know, I ain't about to talk. I can't talk to no man the way I can talk to you. You know,
right?
I don't respect the man the way I respect the woman. And when I don't see that being portrayed in the public or wherever, it kind of upsets me.
Right.
I'm just gonna be honest, because like I said, I was raised a certain way. And, you know, we all got our faults. I'm not trying to we all fall short of the glory of God. You know, ain't nobody Jesus. Ain't nobody walk straight and narrow path or whatnot.
Absolutely.
So we all got our faults.
Absolutely.
But like I said, I was raised a certain way, and I was raised by women. My mother, my grandmother, to be exact, may God rest her soul. I know she an angel. Everything that has happened to me, I really believe my grandmother has been the one talking to God, like, give him one more chance, God. He got shot. Oh, I know he got shot, God. Give him one more chance, God.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
He's facing life. Give him one more chance, God. You know, I know it was my grandmother, you know.
Right.
At a certain point, on earth, like every man, it's like that Tupac song, Dear Mama. You know what I'm saying? We all got a mama. You know, aside from everything else, aside from your woman, even the women, we all got mothers.
Right.
So if you can sit up and if you're gonna have a child with a woman and you can disrespect her in a way that you wouldn't disrespect your mother, you shouldn't be with her.
Right.
Can we all agree on that? Let's see what else I got in the comments. Mr. Lesnar, write the whole comment over again, please, sir. You still not making any sense, man. You said for all, now you saying for all, she brought it for all. She brought what for all? And listen, people, there is a very clear difference between the word brought, which means that I brought something to your house, or bought, which means I purchased something. You feel me? A lot of people don't know the difference. And certain sentences look strange because they don't know the difference between brought and bought. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you have those words twisted, Mr. Lesson. Let's see what C. Philly had to say. It's been a long time. Proud of you, sis. Always got you. People say they are anticipating this book. I've seen that plenty of times during this broadcast. So please make sure to let me know whenever you get it together because you have the floor. And I need the first copy that go out so I can, you know, get my mind together.
Right.
She left it all on the table for all. Okay, there we go, Mr. Lesnar. Brittany E. Okay, you put that puzzle together. See, I wasn't trying to put together a crossword puzzle tonight, but I am sure glad that you were able to do that for us, Miss Brittany E. Thank you so much. She left it all on the table for all to see. Of course she did. And that's what she put in her book. And she also let you know how to get through that as a woman. And if anybody missed anything, go back and rewind this. And as we said before, that is self_made45 on Instagram, at self_made45. If you need to get any type of relationship or life advice, or you may be going through something that you maybe can't speak to someone about around you. Because everybody doesn't have an outlet, man. Shout out to my big brother, O. He at the beginning of my show. If anybody pay attention when it come on, that's my big brother in the corner. When he passed away, my outlet passed with him. You know, I felt like even wifey told me at one point, like, you shut down. You didn't talk to me. You didn't open up to me about stuff because I was so used to opening up to him about it and getting his point of view and versing with him. And then I would open up to wifey about it. Like, okay, I didn't talk to him about it, so I don't come off the wrong way. I don't come off harsh. I'm kind of understanding now. So now I can talk to her without disrespecting her or trying to belittle her or anything like that. But when he left, that left with him. And a lot of people don't have an outlet to talk to folks like that. So like I say, kudos to you for even putting it out there for folks to come in and get with you and talk to you. But like I told y'all, after the second consultation, it's gonna be $9.99. You know, it's gonna be $9.99. Now, if she like you, she might do something different for you. You know, you got to cash out, Miss Stacy.
Yeah, it's Stace. It's the $ Stace Dog.
Spell it for him.
STACDOG. Ain't that it, Jay? Yeah.
STACDOG.
Right, that's it. Stace Dog.
Okay, so like I said, after the first consultation, we're going after the first consultation now. After the first consultation, you're gonna have to hit $ STACDOG with a $9.99 payment, and she will fix your life. This is Stacy Fix Your Life. You understand what I'm saying? She has successfully fixed her own and experienced different things and went through things with other women, and she has firsthand knowledge of the situation that you may be facing right now. And we only gonna be on for about 5 more minutes, y'all. So if you have anything that you need to say to this beautiful young woman, you need to say it now. Queen L says, beautiful conversation, very helpful. Thank you, Miss L. Fact checker said my left hand is broken. Well, use your right hand, brother. Are you a lefty? He says, oh, let me, you, and Miss Gilmore go live after this. No, sir. I feel like this is that's why I did not put the link in the description box. If you notice tonight, the link is missing because I didn't want anybody chiming in on this conversation. Because like I said, me and Miss Stacy had this conversation personally. We talked for a few hours and I was very moved by it. And I knew it would be a very, very, very good, personal, deep conversation. And a lot of people needed to see it. So I don't want to ruin it with talk of anything else other than what we spoke about tonight. Is there anything else in the book that you may have left out? We went through the first verse. Now, did you write, is there any other men in this book that other than your ex-husband?
No, this just about my ex-husband.
It's just about your ex-husband?
Yeah.
Okay. And you feel like in the end that going through what you went through with him is what brought you to the point of building yourself up.
Absolutely.
To be unbroken.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. A lot of men and women are facing, like you said earlier, a lot of men, their manhood won't allow them to say it, but we've all been cheated on, whether we know it or not. Let's just say that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Some of you niggas looking like fools kissing your girl as soon as she go to work, dropping your girl off at work, kissing her and shit, thinking you pimping because she taking care of everything. As soon as she walk through the door, she hug her real boyfriend.
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Let's just be honest.
Yes.
It works both ways. You
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely.
So like I said, gentlemen, long distance conversation, one free consultation, and then you will have to hit $STACDOG with $9.99 if you would like to further fix your life.
Right.
I don't even do shit for free, you know? God, I don't know. Okay, he says, do you like rare essence? That has nothing to do with fixing anyone's life, but do you like rare essence?
Yeah, all right.
Let me ask you this. A lot of people, I say this to everybody from DC too, I'm sorry. Doing the Butt. I love this song, Doing the Butt. I used to watch School Days, and that was my favorite song in that shit. And I never knew that was considered go-go music until I was a fully grown man, probably around Eric Lesher. Eric Lesher is the one that told me that, yeah, that's considered go-go music. Let's say that. He doesn't like it. Now, are you familiar with E? I think it's EU. Is that name EU or EM?
Yeah, EU, Rare Essence, Backyard. Yeah. Chuck
like
Brown's
EU?
band. I mean, I like it, but I'll go to a cabaret and stuff, but I'm not going to no go-go's because the young is in there just off the chain. I said I'm not going to any, go-go's because the young is in there off the chain.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, nowadays at least, but yeah. Okay. So you had no problem with EU because a lot of people say it was too fast. Like that wasn't really go-go. It was too fast.
Yeah. I like.
Who was your favorite go-go band?
I like all of them. I just can't do that bounce beat music.
You say you can't do that bounce music?
That bounce beat, no sir.
Okay. Yeah. I like the bongos. Like I tell everybody in that doing the butt, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah,
boop.
yeah.
When they break it down, that shit used to be smooth as hell to me. That's one of the things that stood out in that song and whatnot.
Right, absolutely.
Ain't nothing wrong if you want to do the butt all night long. Boop, boop, boop,
right.
Boop, 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 boop. Right. That was my shit right there. Fact checker says EU is garbage. Man, get out of here, man. I shouldn't even put that across the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any more questions for Miss Stacy? I don't want to hold her all night. We've been on here for a couple hours. She helped my life a little bit tonight. She kind of got me into my feelings and a little bit personal or whatnot. I couldn't hold out. So, Dig, I'm going to be on here, let's say exactly 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, we're going to be on here with y'all. Do you need any? Say, that was my jam. That was my jam, too. That was my jam, too. That's one of the main reasons I remember school days.
Right.
Other than Jasmine Guy, because you know I love me some Jasmine Guy.
Right, absolutely.
Queen L says, good night. Good night, Queen L. I appreciate you coming out and checking us out tonight.
Yep, good night.
Pedro Godson said, Chuck Essence, Junk, back in EG.
Northeast Groovers.
Fact Checker says, I owe Miss Stacy and Miss Gilmore dinner at the Del Francisco's in DC.
Tell them, okay, I'll meet him there.
She say, bet, nigga, don't be bullshitting. Now I put it in layman's terms. Bet, don't be bullshitting, Fact Checker. Everybody out there, hit that link in the description box and purchase your prayer of Morgan Maurice. Man, I need 4 more of y'all. 4 more good individuals, 4 more supporters. I need 4 more of y'all to purchase your Vengeance first pair of Morgan Maurice, man. Black-owned designer label, man. Black-owned and operated, manufactured in Italy. The same place they manufacture all that Gucci and Louis and everything else that you niggas spend your nigga money on. But when a nigga come out with a nigga designer brand, you niggas look down on. No, I'm just playing. Yo, I'm just playing. Niggas. Say she too official. Yes, she is, man. Yes, she is. Listen, man, shout out to Brian Glaze Gibbs. My big homie Brian Glaze Gibbs. He said, man, if people aren't willing to tell you about their darkest moments, they're not real. And that's what made me open up to her, because she was opening up to me so honest and pure tonight. Real 100 shit, you know? Excuse my language again.
You all right?
All right, y'all. So we getting ready to get out of here. Thank you, Miss Stacy. The floor is open to you at Open Debate TV. Anytime you would like to come back, please let me know when you get the book out. Please let me get a copy. Let me know where I can purchase one. Let me know where I can get a signed copy.
Right. So let me ask you this: are you selling T-shirts and stuff too? Because I want to support your business. Are you selling T-shirts or shirts for your business or just shoes?
You know what? I started with a shoe. I do sell T-shirts and whatnot, but you know, I laid off that for a moment and I started with the shoe. You know, anybody that wants to sponsor us can go to the O Stoe. It's in the description box. Teespring. You know, I sell my shirts through Teespring. It's God Bless the Real. Let me see if I got one since you brought that up. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Thank you. Let me see if I got one. Yeah, there they go.
Okay. Yeah,
that's a God Bless the Real shirt, because all the real niggas in the world need a prayer. And you can go to the description box and hit the O Stoe and get you one of those, or the Morgan Maurice, which is my official brand, my family brand. Morgan and Maurice are my children.
Okay.
Let me pop this on. Boom. You see that family tree? That's my family tree. Morgan and Maurice are my 2 youngest children, and that is my legacy, and that is what I'm pushing forward for. And it starts with the shoe. Once the shoe gets into production, then it opens up the branding at this particular label that I'm pairing with. So, you know, that you have to show them that you are able to produce. So with that comes, you design your shoe, you put it out to the public, and they require you to get a minimum 7 pre-sales in order to get your shoe into production with everyone else's. And it's manufactured in Shoe Valley in Italy. Handmade, 1 by 1, crafted in Italy with the finest leather or whatnot. So all anybody got to do is hit that description box down there and click the link, and they can check that right out. Thank you for bringing that up. Quick commercial break. Nobody else in the comments? Let me check the comments one more time. Sandra Brown says, God bless you. God bless you too.
God bless you too.
All right, everybody, we're getting ready to get out of here. Miss Stacy, as I said before, you are welcome back anytime. Anytime you would like. Even if your book ain't ready yet and you just got something to say, you God put it in your spirit to speak on something. You have my personal number. Hit me up, and you are always welcome on the show.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Good night, everyone.
It really hurt me when they killed Stan, nobody knew who to shoot. We ain't even have a plan, he sold me my first gun. He held my first son, if I was with him shooting it out, bitch we the one. I shed tears for my niggas who ain't here, they tattooed and spit that real shit to remember him, bitch I'm not